What up, guys? Just started my day off really late. My little boy didn't have any school today. We ended up having to take him to the doctor because he was coughing really bad. And it was like no matter what kind of medicine we gave him, he just kept on coughing and coughing, and he had been coughing throughout the whole weekend and shit. And finally we were like, let's take him to the emergency room, and we took him to the ER, and he ended up catching COVID on the first week of school. He always gets really sick. He always catches some sort of cold on the first week of school, but it's usually like just a regular cold, like sinus infection or something like that. But this time he caught COVID, and he's gonna be home for a couple of days with me. But today he woke up at like, I think it was like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't get off the video games. I ain't stopped playing video games today until like 6:30 in the morning. So I'm on like fucking 4 hours of sleep, and I'm pretty sure I might have caught it. Like I might have COVID because I'm just not feeling good. My stomach hurts, and like I just had like the worst fucking stomach ache all day. So hopefully I didn't catch anything, but I'm pretty sure both of us have COVID, and that kind of sucks. And he's gonna probably be home for the whole week from school, but I can't take a day off of work right now. I got some major bills coming up. I'm trying to get a new car, I'm trying to get a third car, I'm trying to get the Porsche out the garage and fixed. So when I got something set in my mind, I just keep at it. What's good, Corby? Once I got something in my mind that I want to do, I'm just like all about it. Like I'm like completely obsessed with it. And right now my new thing that I'm completely obsessed with is getting my car out the garage and getting a third car. I would like to get a Dodge Challenger. My wife wants me to buy her car that she owns right now, the Toyota Camry. And I'm not sure if I want to own this car, but I'll take it if she wants to give it to me for like $2,000 or $3,000. It's a really good price, and the car is practically brand new. It's just that it's not my dream car. I would rather get a dream car. At this stage in my life, I'm old. I want to get my dream car. I want to get, I really like the Dodge Challengers still to this day. So I'm either going to get my dream car, or I'm going to buy this car off of my girl with about $3,000. And then she's going to go buy herself a Tesla. Yo, what up, Beebs? Oh, no. If I get, you're right about that, Corby. If I get the car that I want, I have to say it'll probably be one of the biggest mistakes ever, because the car is not good. You wouldn't be able to use it for Uber, and you can use it for Uber Eats, but you probably wouldn't make that much money considering how much gas the Dodge Challenger eats up. It gets I think 17 miles per the gallon. While this Toyota Camry that I got over here gets 32 miles per the gallon, which is very good considering it's not a hybrid or it's not an electrical car. So if I get a Dodge Challenger, it'll probably be the biggest mistake I've ever made. I'll be using a car for work that isn't efficient. It's a gas guzzler, and I'll probably be putting a lot of money back into gas than I actually make, and you can't use it for Uber at all. So I'm gonna have to decide, do I want to get my dream car, or do I want to continue, do I want to own my girl's car? It's paid off for and everything. She just wants $3,000 for it. It's got a brand new transmission in it because there was a recall from Toyota a few weeks ago, and Toyota gave us a completely brand new transmission. So the car is like halfway new, and it's got 200,000 miles on it, but it still runs great. And I don't know. I'm most likely gonna have to buy this car from her, just because the other car wouldn't be practical. I really would like. She says once I buy this car from her in the future, if I want to trade it in for another car or get something else, you know, I'm more than, you know, free to do as I please, you know, once the car's in my name and the title's in my name. And she doesn't really want much from it. I don't know. At this stage in my life, you know, I'm old and stuff. I'm an old man. I want to own my dream car. I want to have a badass muscle car. I want to look badass in a car. I don't always want to be behind the wheel of a Toyota Camry or a family car or, you know, an SUV or a minivan. I want something sporty. So, I don't know if I'm going to buy this off of her or if I'm not going to buy it off of her, but I would like to get something sportier. And I just started my work day. Like I said, guys, my kid is home and he hasn't been feeling good all day, and he had COVID, and I think I might have COVID, and but he's kind of unwinding right now. He's kind of settling down for the night, and I was like, hey, let me get out there and make some money. My goal is to get my new car by the end of this month. Oh, I didn't get tested. I don't know if I have COVID or if I'm just feeling shitty, because last night I did drink a lot. Last night I drank like a good amount of Crown Royal, and I was pretty fucking tipsy. And I don't know if I have like a really upset stomach and I'm feeling lethargic because I'm hungover, or do I have COVID like my son does. My nose isn't congested. I'm not coughing. I'm not running a fever. I don't feel like sick, like ill. I just feel like, you know, sluggish, and my stomach hurts. So I don't know if I have COVID or if it's just because I'm hungover because I was drinking so much last night. Last night was like the first time I drank in like about a month and a half. And I drank a good amount, and I think that's why I'm feeling so damn sick. So I don't know if I have COVID or not. My kid did get tested for COVID. He came up positive, but anytime he catches COVID, he's always asymptomatic. He doesn't show any symptoms of it at all. So you know, I didn't even know he had. I just thought he had like, you know, a nasal infection, maybe some coughing, and that was it. Yeah, I don't really think I have it. I don't know. I think if I was to have COVID right now, I would be feeling really, really shitty, like the way my kid was. And I'm feeling pretty fine. It's just I just felt, I think, hungover from everything I drank last night. Not only was I drinking Crown Royal, but once my girl took the Crown Royal away, I dipped into the wine. So maybe that's why I'm feeling so shitty, but I don't think I caught COVID or anything. I'm hoping I didn't. I'm guessing if I did, I would probably feel like way worse than I'm feeling right now. No, I'm not gonna floor it. This car does not need to be floored. This car is my baby. This car is my work car. This is my money maker. I gotta treat this car like a baby girl. This is my cash cow, this car. But like I said, I just started, and it's 10 o'clock. I don't know how busy I'm gonna get. I'm just gonna drive up and down the main road. Thanks, I appreciate that, my dude. I try to stay chilled. I try to stay laid back. But I'm gonna drive up and down this main road. If I don't get any orders, any deliveries, I think I might just go home and call it a night, because my stomach is fucking killing me, and it does feel like I feel so nauseous. And I've been trying to shake this feeling like all day, and I haven't been able to shake this feeling. So I'm just gonna go out here. I'm gonna see if I can push myself, you know, for a couple of hours. I'm just trying to make, you know, maybe 50, 60 bucks and then go home. Well, you take care. I'm good, and I hope everything's all good with you. Take care, man. But yeah, I know it was a super late start, but I just figured I'd come out here and see if I can make any money. Try to shake this stomach ache. I don't know if I got like a virus or a flu virus. Or if it's just from all the drinking I did last night. But I'm guessing it's from all the drinking I did last night. I'm just not used to it anymore, and I can't hold my liquor like I used to. But yeah, my little boy had COVID, and he had to stay home from school today, and then he's mostly going to be home the rest of the week. I'm just hoping I did not catch COVID. Okay, it says it's a busy area, and it says it's a busy day today, but I haven't caught a ping yet, which is weird. Normally it doesn't take me this long to get like some orders going. But that's why I'm not picking any people up today. I figured just in case I have COVID, not to pick up any people, but I don't think I have it. Usually whenever I catch COVID, my nose gets really, really congested, and I can feel that it's hard for me to breathe and stuff. And I'm feeling perfectly fine. The only thing bothering me right now is my stomach. But yeah, hopefully it gets busy. I'm hoping to make some cash out here, just to put in some work today. Yeah, I appreciate that, good. That's all good, man. I really do appreciate that. Appreciate that too, Corby. Yeah. It feels shitty when your stomach is upset, and I really haven't even eaten anything today because I don't have like much of an appetite. And I can't remember the last time I've felt sick or caught any sort of virus or cold or anything like that. So it kind of throws me off when I'm not feeling good. All right, we got an order. Oh, no. Okay, it's at Checkers. We got to get to Checkers real quick. But yeah, I haven't had any type of appetite today. I ate like a small breakfast, like some toast. And then for lunch, I ate some mac and cheese. Like some leftover mac and cheese. And just didn't have much of an appetite and shit. And then I tried watching some My Team content today on YouTube. Guys, I have to tell you that My Team content on YouTube has hit an all-time like fucking low. There's like, I know it's Endgame, but usually even on Endgame, you know, like I said, I've been around since 2K23, really 2K24. Even Endgame usually has a lot more going for it than what's happening right now on YouTube. Like, this is not a good sign going into 2K27. I don't feel the electricity in the air. I don't feel the hype when it comes to this game. I don't feel anyone getting excited. And I don't know what's going on. Like, I know that tomorrow's the big day where they're gonna, you know, tell us a lot about the game and shit. But usually the night before, there's some sort of excitement. And, you know, there's sort of like, you know, electricity and hype in the air. But this time there's nothing. Like, there's no one being hyped up about the game. And the My Team content is so stale right now. It's practically dead on YouTube. The only person still really pumping out content is just Carlo. Okay, let's see how long it takes for these people to serve me up. Let's see how long I'm gonna be waiting over here for, just to get some burgers and French fries. Yeah, I'm hoping I feel better soon. And if I don't feel better, I'm just gonna go home. My girl already made the whole house like chicken noodle soup because everyone's not feeling the best. And I hope really all of us didn't catch COVID or anything. And just gonna go home, eat a big bowl of chicken noodle soup, and then I don't know if I'm gonna play any video games today. I don't know if I'm gonna jump on the sticks or if I'm gonna take it light. Maybe just give my players their sneakers and takeover boost, but I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I do want to play some video games like always, but I don't feel like I have the most energy. And then my kid is home, and whenever my kid is home, he loves to stay up with daddy. I'm talking about as late as possible. Last night he pulled a quick one on us. He told my girl he was gonna go sleep with my mom. So I went downstairs to my mom's downstairs bedroom. Then when I went to the bathroom, then when I went upstairs to the room, he waited for my mom to fall asleep and he snuck out of her bedroom. So now my girl thinks that the baby's with my mom. I'm thinking the baby is with my girl. And where is he at? He's in the living room watching YouTube videos at 4 in the morning. And woke the whole damn house up. He was there the whole night. And you know, everybody was upset that, you know, he pulled a quick one on all of us in the house. And he was basically up the whole night. And then he woke up at 10 in the morning. I'm like, how do you do it? I'm like, now I'm fucking exhausted and I don't feel good. So he pulled a really fast one on us last night. And he was up the whole night, and then he slept until like 10, 11 o'clock. I'm going to tell him, today you're going to get your butt to bed. You got COVID. Relax. Get some sleep. Get better. Look at these people still haven't even came to the window to ask me, hey, what's your order? It's crazy that it takes this long to get some customer service nowadays. Back in my days, people used to give you really good customer service. You know, you wouldn't be at a register or a drive-thru for this long. It used to be called fast food because you used to be able to drive through the drive-thru and get your food fast. Now, if you go to a drive-thru, it's not really fast food anymore if it takes you 30 minutes just to get the food. So I don't know what the fuck they're talking about fast food nowadays. They might as well call it slow food. But I did have a really good night on the game last night. I think last night I won I can't even remember last night too good because I was drinking so heavily. And like I said, it was the first time I drank any kind of alcoholic beverage in like at least a month. And it hit me pretty hard, but somehow, and I don't know how I was able to still do so much winning. I think I won 7 games out of 9 from what I could remember. Or 8 out of 9, something like that. And I made it to 165 wins. And I don't know how I was able to beat so many people. A lot of those people I remember were pretty upset and doing a lot of trash talking. And I was over there pretty drunk, pretty tipsy. And I'm still beating everybody that was trying their hardest, you know, and trash talking me. And I'm still over there whipping their ass. So I don't know how I did it, but I was able to win a good amount of games being all tipsy on Showdown. Hold on, guys. I gotta see what's going on here. How come I don't have not one single person saying, hey, would you like your order? Good Lord, like how... Like, do they not see me? There's like 3 employees over there. Not one of them comes to this window. I'm even honking the horn now. They'll just ignore it like they don't hear the horn or some shit.
They're working on it.
Okay.
Moment, yeah.
Well, no one's been here to tell me anything yet.
I'm sorry?
I said I've been waiting here for a good like 10 minutes and no one said anything.
Sorry. They're working on it.
Okay, thank you. Good Lord. They want to catch an attitude with me. I'm the one sitting here for 10 minutes with no one saying a thing. How the fuck am I supposed to know if they're working on it? And they haven't even came to this window yet to say, hey, we're working on it. Do I look like Professor X? Do I look like a mind reader? Do I look like I'm telepathic? I mean, maybe she was sending me telepathic messages, but I wasn't getting them. Good Lord. You're over here waiting for them, and I've been here a good like 5-7 minutes, at least 10 minutes. And then she's going to say, oh, we're still working on it? How long does it take to get some burgers and some french fries and throw it in a bag? How long does it take to come to the window and let somebody know, hey, we're working on it, to give you the heads up? It's ridiculous. And I'm just not in the mood to deal with this shit today. Just not feeling good enough. It's mostly like me feeling sluggish and like my stomach. But I at least want to be out here until I make like $60. That should only take like 3 hours. But not with people moving in slow motion like this. And guys, I am really excited about tomorrow. I'm really excited to hear some My Team news. I'm really excited to see somebody, you know, put out some My Team content. Somebody besides boring HV, who like his content is just putting me to sleep now. But Carlo has been putting out consistent content. But and the Witness has been putting out great content. Witness is always really, really good for the end of the year. He's an end game type of player. He'll do things like still ripping packs when no one's ripping packs. He'll do things like take a diamond animation breaker and put it to Olivia Rayu. He'll do so many like videos that are quirky and funny, like spin the wheel is gonna build my team, or opening up basketball cards, you know, a pack of basketball cards is gonna build my team. So he's really good for like, I want to say like entertaining type of videos at the end of the year, where he's building like the ultimate GOAT squads, the ultimate tall lineup. And he does so many things like that at the end of the year. It's really good. How many vines does it have? Veins? What are we talking about here? I don't know what you mean by how many vines or veins does it have. That's kind of a weird question. I'm not really sure what you're asking. Sorry about that, Sid. I'm just not getting the question. You'll have to retype it. But yeah, I'm really excited. And then I hear there's a locker code that you can get, but you have to watch like a 30-minute live stream or like a 1-hour live stream on Twitch. And I don't want to sit there for an hour and have to watch Mike Wang feed us bullshit about the game, and Indie2K feed us bullshit about the game. That's all that's going to happen. And then what? And I've tried doing it before. I have attempted before to watch like the live stream on Twitch and then try to get my locker code. I have never gotten my locker code, not once, from watching Twitch. It has never gone right for me, not once. So I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I don't know what you have to do. I do believe that they're gonna maybe give a GOAT pack and a diamond animation breaker. Yep. You too. It's so weird that Checkers wants you to pick up the food. You know how they got two sides to Checkers, two windows? They want you to pick up the food where the driver's window is furthest is on the opposite side of the pickup window. So you have to like reach over the passenger seat to get your order. It doesn't make any sense why they have you pick up from that window and not from the other window. Hey, hold on, guys. There's a lot of traffic out here today for some reason. And now it has me heading to McDonald's to pick up McDonald's. I guess they must have added like a second order to this, because now it's got me going to Mickey D's. Hey, what up, Insano? Just out here working. Feeling like shit today. I think I drank too much last night and my stomach feels like absolute shit. I feel like real lethargic and I just feel like absolute shit. And I just wanted to come out here and just get out the house and see if maybe if I walk around I can shake this, like, I don't know if it's like a stomach virus or what, or maybe I just drank too much last night and I'm hungover. But it feels more than like a hangover. I just feel like absolute shit. But I was drinking real heavily last night, like very. I don't know how I won so many games last night being so fucking lit. Like when I say I was lit last night, I was pretty damn lit. And I'm still over there winning like 8 out of 9 games or 7 out of 8 games, some shit like that. Oh, and you know what? Insane. Like my little boy today, he had to miss school, and he wasn't feeling good, and we couldn't get him to shake this coughing, and like he just kept coughing throughout the night. So we took him to the emergency, to the ER today, and he ended up having COVID. Now, my girl tested herself for COVID. She didn't have it, and my mom didn't have it. But I didn't test myself because I hate sticking that thing up my nose, the Q-tip. And I don't think I've got it, but I do feel like shit today. But not the way like COVID would make you feel. Like I don't have a stuffy nose. I'm not having like any problems breathing or I'm coughing. It's just my stomach feels like shit today. Like. Oh my God, Mafia. Driving in New York City is so chaotic that one time, it was about, I think it was like 5 years ago when my uncle passed away. I went to New York and his son, my cousin, got really drunk because he was really depressed about his, father passing away and stuff like that. And out of nowhere, he goes, "Hey, can you drive home?" And I'm like, I don't see why I can't drive home. I'm a great driver. And I had to get, I think it was the GW, the George Washington Bridge. And I was like, oh, that shouldn't be a problem getting on the bridge. Doesn't look, anything scary or something like that. But no. It was like on the side of the bridge, it's like they had made, like they extended the bridge and they added lanes to like the outskirts of the bridge. So I was like driving on a road, on a part of the bridge, but it was on the side and attached to the bridge. And it was a really skinny lane, a real super narrow lane. And I was like, what the fuck kind of lane is this? I'm over here thinking I'm going to get on the actual bridge, not a lane that was connected to the bridge, on the side of it. Just you on this lane hovering above the water on a real narrow edge. And I was like, oh my God, this is terrifying. And driving in New York City was terrifying. And there's no turning lanes. I don't know if you guys have turning lanes in New York now, but in Orlando, when you want to make a turn, you just get into the turning lane. And when the light turns green, you make the turn. In New York, you gotta back up all the traffic, and you gotta dodge your way through the traffic and through that lane to get to the other side. There's no one's gonna stop for you. There's no light that's gonna make the traffic stop. It's all about you dodging the traffic and booking it across the lanes and backing up the traffic behind you. And if you don't dodge the traffic and get to the other side ASAP, everyone behind you gets pissed off that you're backing up traffic. So I'm driving in New York City it's a lot of work, and it's very stressful. And I wouldn't do it ever again. And now I understand why so many people in New York City don't own cars and they just take the bus and the train everywhere. On top of that, wherever you go in New York, especially when you're going into the city, into Manhattan, it's gonna cost you $20 just to cross the bridge. And then when you get there, you gotta get there early, because it's gonna take you 30 minutes to find parking. And I cannot stand driving in New York City. It's blocked off right now on the George Washington Bridge on the far right lane exit. Oh my God, that's terrible, man. That's awful. That's another thing that happened to me when I was driving home that day. We would be stuck there, just sitting there waiting in traffic. How you doing? I got an order for DoorDash. It's for... Oh, this little girl at the window is a cutie. She is a cutie at the window. Thank you so much. You have a good night too. Try not to work so hard. But yeah, man. Next time I go to New York, like I was like, oh, next time I go to NY, I'm gonna get a rental car because I don't want to have to take the public transportation. Fuck that. Now when I go to New York City, I look forward to the public transportation. Another thing that's bad is when I went to New York, I had to go from I had to travel from Brooklyn to Queens, and the trip from Brooklyn to Queens was $75, and it turned into a 3-hour trip because of the traffic on the bridge. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, everything in New York is so damn expensive. So for you to cross the bridge, it's $20. For you to call an Uber, it's like damn near $100 to go anywhere. It was just so crazy trying to get around in New York City. It was just a lot of work. But I haven't been to New York in about 4 to 5 years. And when I went to New York, they were just kind of getting over COVID. So the city didn't really feel the same. It didn't have the same feeling to it. You know, usually when I go to New York, I go visit like all my favorite restaurants and stuff like that. The last time I went to New York, like I said, they were just getting over COVID. And some of the restaurants wanted me to eat outdoors. I was like a dog. You guys want me to eat outside like a dog after I give you guys $150 to eat at this restaurant? I'm like, no fucking way. And so I really didn't enjoy New York City the last time I went there. It wasn't as nice. Oh my God, my sister, my sister moved back to New York City for like 10 years, and her workplace transferred her from Brooklyn to New Jersey, because my sister was working for AT&T, and that's where their main headquarters is in Jersey. She used to say that the commute from New Jersey, whether you're taking the train or you're driving, was so bad that it made her move back home to Orlando. It made her move back home to Florida, or Orlando. And she said she could not take the commute she didn't want to drive it. It made her like stressed out and anxious, and having to do it with the train every day, she said it took hours, like 2 hours. And she also found that very stressful. And I remember when I was living in New York, when I also went back there, I stood there for about 3 months. It was just a hassle to get everywhere and do anything in New York. I was just like, I constantly had to wake up early, because if you don't wake up early in New York and start your day off early, you know, you can waste 2 hours in the train station just trying to get to your destination. And you know, and that's why everyone in New York City is up so late. That's why it's the city that never sleeps, because you need the entire day to get everything done in New York. There's so much you got to get done in a New York minute, and there's always something happening in New York City. And it's always such a drag. It always takes so much work. Constantly in the subway or on a bus trying to get somewhere. You're always in a rush because everything takes so long. So I don't miss New York City. I love New York City, but I don't miss New York City. I'd rather live in Orlando. It's much nicer, much cheaper. And I feel like nowadays in New York, there's nothing but like a lot of like Puerto Rican girls and a lot of Mexican girls, a lot of Spanish girls, a lot of Colombians and Dominicans. And not that I don't love me some Spanish mamacitas. I love me some Spanish mamacitas. My girl is Puerto Rican. But I like it down here where you got like a whole lot of, I want to say, variety. You know, you got girls with, when I was a kid and I moved to Orlando, that was like the first time in my life at the age of like 18, 17 that I ever seen a girl with like blonde hair and blue eyes. I was almost like thinking throughout my life, like maybe they really didn't exist. Maybe they were just like a myth or like angels or something. And then I remember at 17, I came down here and my whole school was like filled with girls with blonde hair and blue eyes. I wanted to date and fuck every single girl. I was like, I've got to hook up with these girls. So that's one thing I don't like about New York, is I feel like there's always like just so many Hispanics. Like I'm like, listen, I need to see like other type of girls besides just Hispanic girls. But New York has really become little Puerto Rico. It's really become like little Mexico. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Colombians, Dominicans living there now. It's almost like you have to speak Spanish to make it in New York City. It's kind of like become like Miami. But yeah, guys, I hear that tomorrow they are gonna make some announcements on 2K27. I want to see what these announcements are gonna be. If we're gonna get any actual gameplay, anything that shows us, you know, the mechanics and the gameplay. And I want to see, you know, Mike Wang has been talking about improving the defense, but the way Mike Wang is wording it, you know, it's kind of suspicious. Like he's wording it like, hey, I'm improving the defense to bring down shooting percentages, like, you know, shot percentage. And I don't want to hear that next year I'm going to have to go back to shooting 36-40% from the three-point line like I did in 2K25. If I got to go back to the way it was in 2K25, where I'm only shooting about 35 to 40% from threes, I'm going to exit out of that game week fucking 1. You know, if the shooting has been tampered with and the shooting ain't feeling good. So I'm really hoping that, you know, for them to claim that they improved fake defense, which is them not really improving the defense. They're just now trying to control your shooting and limit your shooting. And they also want to turn it into a rim running game like they did in 2K25. So this way, any average casual fan, for example, someone like HV, who has been playing the game for 6 years and still doesn't feel comfortable shooting threes. For your average casual player, if you now cannot shoot threes in the game, it doesn't matter. Everyone else is just shooting them at 35 to 40%. So now all you have to do is turn the game into a rim running dunk simulation game and just run to the rim, hit square, and dunk the ball and power that ball in. And anybody can do that. So now anybody will be able to pick up 2K27, rim run you to death over and over to the rim, pick and roll, fast breaks, turboing right past you. And, you know, anyone's going to be able to pick up the game next year. You know, especially if, you know, they make the shooting more difficult for the people that are skilled shooters, But now they want to control your shooting and lower your shooting. That's Mike Wang's actual words, is that he's priding himself on the fact that he's going to lower the shooting percentages. That means controlled shooting. That's all it means. It means our jump shot is going to be controlled, and the RNG is going to determine when the jump shot goes in. All right, hold up, guys. I got to drop off this order. Let me see. Who am I dropping off first? Oh, it's the McDonald's. I guess I'm going to bring you guys with me. Yo, what up, Stitch? So I do want to see like what's going to happen with the game, like what they're going to talk about. And Ty Debo always does a really good recap. Hopefully Ty or somebody like JC2K or someone like that is going to do like a recap on what was said, because I'm not going to sit there and watch a whole fucking live stream. I think it's going to be like an hour, and I got too many things to do. But I'll try to watch it. Like I said, they're trying to give out a, from what I hear, they're going to give out a diamond animation breaker and a goat pack if you watch the whole live stream. But I don't know if I'm going to have time for it. I'll probably be busy taking care of my kid who's not feeling well because he caught COVID. And like I said, I'm not like trailer park. I'm not saying that it looks absolutely scary, but I'm saying it looks a little scary. Like I gotta walk down this field of grass to the door that's all the way back here. Like right now I feel like a dog could just run out of nowhere and attack me and fucking, if it's a pit bull or some shit, rip my fucking legs off. I know that's a bit extreme, but could happen. Another thing I've been thinking about doing lately is maybe getting my concealed weapons license, just so I can carry a concealed weapon, whether it be like a stun gun or mace or something like that, or even as a small, handgun. Just keep it on me, stay packing, just in case something weird out here happens. I'm strapped up. But for the most part, even when you're like in a trailer park in Orlando, it's still pretty good, pretty safe. I want to say the crime rate down here is pretty low. It's not like living in New York City where you got to constantly worry about the crime rate at every corner you turn. You can be in Manhattan in a really ritzy, wealthy neighborhood and still not be safe in Manhattan. I grew up in Manhattan and I can tell you it was never safe. Oh, I'm only gonna be out here for like maybe until 12:30, Mafia, because like I said, I'm not feeling too good. My stomach is killing me. Like every time I just get out of the car, my stomach has been hurting a little bit. And I'm just gonna be out here for a little bit, maybe like an hour or two, because I wanted to make some money. And guys, I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but I hate it when a day goes by that I don't make any money. As a man, I feel like you should be making some form of money each and every single day. You're not doing your part to take care of your family. And even if I only come out here for like 3 hours today and I make $60, it's $60 I didn't have 3 hours ago. It's $60 extra. It's almost an extra $100. So even though I'm not feeling well today and I'm not feeling too good, I'm feeling kind of hungover. I wanted to get out here and still make some money. But I want to say that I'm going to be on the sticks by 12:30. And I'll probably be on the game all night like I usually am. And I will be taking on some challenge. It is the end of the year. And let me tell you guys, I've been winning 200. Hold on, my mom is calling. Hold on. Let me find out what's going on, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, what's going on?
I need you to buy me some Benadryl because I just took some of Elijah's Benadryl.
Okay, did it help, babe?
No, not really. I put some Benadryl ointment on. That seemed to kind of like get it less itchy. I don't know. I was sitting on the sofa and I was feeling really, really itchy.
And you realized you busted out in hives.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in the house today? Why is everyone getting so sicky?
Maybe it's from the COVID. I mean, I know that they have like a lot of different like symptoms.
I don't know.
Different strands do different things.
I've never heard of anyone getting busting out in hives for
I can look it up. I don't know, Mario. I don't know what to tell you. I have hives. Is there any way that you can come home and get my card and go get me some Benadryl?
Okay, I'll do that. Let me drop off this order and then I'll come.
It's really bad. Like I could like get it all over my body. It's already spread to my leg.
Okay.
The upper part of my leg right now.
Okay, let me drop off this order and then I'll come home and I'll get you some Benadryl.
Okay, goodbye.
I love you. That was my girl. And I don't know what's going on in the house right now, but she just said that out of nowhere she started breaking out in hives and that her legs are now completely covered in hives. She needs me to go home and drop her off some Benadryl. Go to the store and I guess get some Benadryl. I don't know what's going on. And this happens every single year when my boy goes back to school. You know, every time when my boy goes back to school, he always gets really sick the first week, but it's usually just something like a common cold or, something not serious. And, but this time it's COVID, and then I'm not feeling good, and now my wife is telling me my girl is telling me she ain't feeling good, and I don't know what's going on. And I don't want my mom to get sick because she's like old, she's kind of elderly. So I don't know what's going on. But after this order, I'm gonna have to go home and drop her off some Benadryl. And I guess you guys can go to I guess I'm gonna have to go to CVS or like Walgreens or something like that to get Benadryl. So you guys can go with me. Oh, I know. It is completely different. That's why I haven't gone back in like 5 years. You know, I haven't been back to New York City in quite some time. And I remember things I like doing in New York City is I used to love going to Chinatown and load up on things like, like all sorts of things. And then I used to love going to Little Italy and enjoying a good day over there. And those places, they don't even feel the same anymore. And everything has changed like so much. There's more crime in New York City. The city is really polluted. There's homeless people everywhere you go. There's homeless people left and right. And it just doesn't feel the same anymore. So I don't know. Like my son wants to go to New York City. He wants to go visit. And I hate going to New York because just to stay at like a cheap hotel, you gotta drop like $300 a day. And I can stay with family, but I hate staying with my family because most of them own like, I want to say like really old like homes in New York City. And there are so many homes in New York that are massive, huge homes, and they don't have central AC. They have like these AC units that are at the window in that room. So only a few rooms throughout the house have like AC. Like you'll have AC in your living room, you'll have AC in your kitchen and in your bedroom, but then some of the rooms won't have AC because they're not centralized AC houses. They're like built for other types of AC units. And I cannot stand staying with my relatives in like their older homes because it just doesn't feel comfortable. But I have not been to New York in forever, and maybe I'll go to New York City next summer for like 2 or 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, after I've eaten all the pizza I can eat, after I've gone to all the Chinese restaurants that I like going to, after I've done things like visit Manhattan, go to Chinatown, Little Italy, after I do those things, I usually want to get back home to Orlando. Yeah, guys, I wanted to mention another thing about my team. From what I hear, not only are they gonna make the shooting a lot tougher, but from what I hear, they're gonna make the CPU defense a lot tougher. So for those of you guys that don't like dealing with off-balling, Next year's game is not going to be the game for you. Once people realize that the CPU is going to guard the jab step, once people realize that the CPU is going to be able to guard people that are spamming dribbling moves from left to right, right to left, over and over and over again, people are going to off-ball like more than ever, because they're not going to realize, hey, I could depend on the CPU even more to lock down my opponent. And guys, coming for someone that loves to off-ball, it sounds like an off-baller's dream come true. I'm not going to have to play one lick of defense next year. If the computer is going to do all that for me, I'm just going to continue X-switching and off-switching or icon switching. And the problem with that is there's a lot of people that don't like dealing with off-balling, and they don't know how to get around off-balling. And that's another thing. Off-balling doesn't bother me because I know how to deal with it, and I know how to go around it real easily. It's real easy to get the off-balling, to get around off-balling. But so many people out there really don't know how to deal with, off-balling, and it gets them so frustrated that they end up quitting the game, or they cursing you out, and they fucking rage quit. Next year, you should be expecting a lot more of that. Next year, there's gonna be a lot of people just rage quitting, just for the simple fact that they don't want to deal with the off-ballers. And it's going to be the way to go. It's going to be the new meta next year. It's going to be off-balling. So, I don't think that's a really good thing, because it's going to scare away a lot of the average casual noobs that I'm used to beating up on in the game. And when you play somebody that's just going to be competent or decent at the game, combining them with off-balling is going to turn those people into sweats and tryhards. So the off-balling next year is going to make the game really, really hard on those of you that don't know how to get around it. And for those of you that don't know how to deal with it, it's going to make the game very difficult. And you're going to see a lot of people next year are going to be running a ton of off-ball, doing a lot of icon switching and a lot of, X switching. So, and guys, if you don't know what's the difference between icon switching, X switching, and off-balling is when you sit in the corner with either the center or the power forward and you just watch the game and you don't defend nothing. X switching is when you're switching between the two people that are closest to the ball and closest to the person in possession of the ball and dribbling it, and then the next person closest to the ball. So you're just switching between those two players. Is usually you switching between your point guard and your shooting guard. So it just goes to the two people that are closest to the ball. Icon switching is for example, when somebody's trying to take it to the off-baller, and they see that you're off-balling with the center, and they pass it to their center to take it to you and try to score against you. And then you switch off to the power forward, or you switch off to the point guard that's now at the top of the three-point key, or you switch off to somebody that's just a two-point threat and not a three-point threat. So when they're trying to chase you around on defense and trying to force you to guard them, you're just icon switching all the time, and either guarding somebody that's only a two-point threat, within the paint, or you're guarding somebody at like the top of the three-point key, somebody that has a very bad shot with only like 4 to 5 seconds left to go in the game. There's only 4 to 5 seconds left in the clock. There's nothing they can do or anywhere they can go in that time frame. They're still above the top of the key at the three-point line. You take over the last 5 seconds of that shot clock and you guard them for that last 5 seconds, because now you know where they're gonna go, what they're gonna do, and what they have time left to do. So that's icon switching. Most of the time on icon switching, I usually let the computer deal with the opponent for 20 out of the 24-second clock. And then, like I just said, in the last 4 seconds, when they're up there trapped above the three-point line and they don't have nowhere to go and nothing to do, that's when I switch over back to the point guard or to the shooting guard or whatever, and I guard them myself for like that last 4 seconds. So next year, people are going to really take advantage of all of that kind of defense, and it's going to make it tougher on the average casual player. It's going to make it very tough on people that are new to the game and new to the mode. And it's not going to make the game fun if we have to go back to slow, boring, low-scoring games. If they want to improve the defense, that's great. If, you know, the computer can stop the jab step. That's great if the computer can stop when you're spamming the dribble button and just dribbling from left to right, left to right. But don't tamper with the shooting. I don't want to see any tampering with the shooting. And then I don't want to hear people complaining, oh, the shooting is bad. And now Mike Wang has the excuse to fucking patch the game up for the next 6 seasons. So I'm hoping that we get just like a good finished product. Like, you know, a good game. Wade, I'll try to play you in 2K27. I'd rather play with you like at the park or something, but I don't even know how the fuck is anybody. And guys, think about this. When we're jumping from the having goats and we're accustomed to having goat cards to now we got to start over with like amethyst and diamonds and pink diamonds if you're lucky, and you got to start over with, you might have to run some ruby cards on your lineup, stuff like that. How are we supposed to build a team on day one if nobody's got any MT saved or stacked up? And they should allow you to save. So, like, if you're one of these people that have, like, some MT left over in 2K26, they should allow you to bring over your MT and carry it over. But they don't. Hold on, guys. It's, like, super dark out here. I'm in, like, a really good apartment. I mean, a really good, housing community. It's like a subdivision, but I gotta find the house real quick. Okay, looks like there's some mailboxes that do have the numbers on it. That's 07. I'm looking for 19. Okay, nope. We went the wrong way. And I don't know, guys, if I'm going to stay out here much longer, because now my girl is telling me that she needs me to go to, like, the pharmacy and pick her up some medicine because she's not feeling good. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit out here and make, you know, I could sit out here and work, but then that would just mean that I'm going to be out here really late. And I kind of want to get home and play some 2K27, jump on the sticks. Hopefully my boy is going to take it easy on me today and just, you know, relax. Maybe stay in bed. Let me play some video games. Where are the house numbers? Beautiful, gorgeous ass huge house. No fucking house numbers on it. Okay, I found the right one. They had the house numbers on the curb. No problem. You have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, now I gotta turn off this app and I gotta get back to, I forgot my debit card at home. So I gotta go home, get the card, and then go get her medicine, and then go back home. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna call it a night. That kind of sucks because I wanted to sit out here and make at least 30 to 40 bucks, but everyone in my house is feeling like shit. My little boy got COVID. My girl's busting out in hives. My stomach hurts. I don't know what's going on, but it always happens when my son goes back to school. It's a guaranteed 100% that he's going to come home with a cold, and we're all going to catch it because that's just the way the school system is. Yo, what up, WVids? But yeah, I'm going to just go home real quick. I'm going to go get my wallet, and then I'll be back on the road. I'm not turning off the stream or anything. But I have to admit, guys, my stomach is feeling like shit. And it's not feeling like a hangover. I know I drank last night pretty heavily. But I think either I must have like a stomach virus, or I don't know if this is COVID, but like my stomach feels like shit. But I don't think I've got COVID. Everyone else in the house except for my son tested negative. So my son was the only one that had it. But now my girl says she's busting out with these weird hives, like all over her body. So let me go home, get my, forgot my wallet at home. And then I'll probably be back on the road and shit. But I want to be home by like 12:30 at the latest so I can be on the game all night. I do want to be home pretty soon. So. Yo, thanks, W Vids. I appreciate that, man. And it's not that I'm feeling like that bad. I'm just more concerned of like, hey, did I catch COVID from my boy? Because we're always around each other. You know, we're always hanging around each other. And, you know, I hate taking that COVID test where you got to stick the Q-tip up your nose. That shit gets on my nerves. That shit fucking hurts. And I really don't want to do that. But everybody else did it in my house. Everyone else came up negative. So I'm guessing I should be okay too. But I don't know. I feel like a little bit sluggish, a little bit lethargic, and I don't know if it's because I drank so much last night or if it's because I truly am like sick with something, like maybe a virus or something. But, and it's weird, guys. It's so weird that, you know, COVID has now been, you know, COVID was like 6 years ago. And you know what's weird, guys, is that COVID was like this global pandemic that affected the whole world, and we were all forced to inject ourselves with like vaccines that we don't even know what the fuck were in these vaccines. And now, not even 6 years later, nobody talks about it. We don't talk about, like, you know, hey, that we just went through a traumatic period in human history, something that was unprecedented, something that never happened before. And how could we go from, you know, all of us being scared that the apocalypse was going to happen to just, you know, right afterwards, we just kind of forgot about it and moved on. That's all we did. We just kind of forgot about it and moved on. We didn't discuss it anymore. We didn't fucking get the facts on it. Like, we still don't know, like, where did this, you know, where did it come from? What was, you know, COVID's origins? You know, what was in the, no one ever talks about what was in the vaccine and what's the side effects of the vaccine. You know, and we just kind of swept all of that underneath the blanket and kind of forgot about it. It's like nobody wanted, yeah, it was so bad that like nobody wants to, you know, remember it or talk about it. I understand that. But like, man, there's some things that we need some answers, you know, for, you know, we need an answer for like, where did COVID come from? You know, what was in the vaccine? Are there any side effects to the vaccine? You know, and stuff like that, you know, the things that people are concerned about and shit. Okay, I don't know if I'm going in just a huge fucking circle now, but I can't get out of this stupid fucking subdivision. Like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm over here following the GPS and it's like taking me nowhere. So, you know, I still get like a little bit worrisome when it comes to COVID because, like, you know, humans have been around for how many years? You know, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years. And no one has ever mentioned COVID before. And now out of nowhere, here's this new virus. You know, here's this new, yeah, basically a virus. And there was no answer for, like, where did it come from? To me, that shows that COVID was something that was genetically engineered in the laboratory. And it's crazy that we have a genetically engineered virus that is still out there and no one talks about it anymore. You know, before it was, oh, if you caught COVID, you're gonna die. Now it's like, if you caught COVID, they just send you home. And they tell you to, like, take it easy for 2 weeks. How did we go from, hey, everyone's gonna die from it, to it's now something less than the flu? You know, it went from being you have to take a vaccine for it, so now, you know, it's less than the flu. That don't make no sense. The math ain't mathing and it ain't making sense. So I still fucking get worried when anyone in my family catches COVID, because I really don't, none of us really know, like, what are the long-term effects from catching COVID, you know, so many times. I want to say, like, everyone that I know at least has caught COVID like 3 different times already, 3 to 4. You know, so it's like it's nothing new to catch COVID now, and now it's perfectly fine. Where before it meant you were gonna die. How did we go from it means you're gonna die to now you'll be perfectly fine? Just take some Sudafed. Yo, thanks WVids. Actually, WVids, I don't know if you my videos don't do too good because I'm not like a content creator, and most of the content I put up is just things like little snippets of my live streams that I make into a video, but most of it is just little bits from my live stream. And if you check out my live streams, they're doing pretty good. I want to say that especially the last week. Let me just check out some of these numbers because now you got me interested on how my numbers have been looking. Okay, as far, hold on, I'm gonna wait until I get to a light. Okay, so yesterday I did 3 live streams. I got 102 views, 300 views, and 482 views. That's basically 500 views. So just yesterday, I sparked up the stream 3 different times, and I got 500 views, 300, and 100 views. That was just yesterday. Hold up, let me take a look at these other numbers, because I am curious to see what my numbers have been looking like. And then before that, I got 129, 613, 130, 304, 212, and 252 views on some videos. Before that, 500 views, 325, 211, 200, 400. I don't know, the views are looking pretty good, WVid. So I feel pretty confident with my streams, and that's how I make all of my YouTube money, is through the live streams. I wish that my videos would get more views, but when you're a streamer, YouTube is not, if you're not a big content creator, YouTube, like Troy Dan, for example. Troy Dan could do live streams plus videos, and YouTube is gonna push them both through the algorithms. But if you're not like a big content creator, you're not the biggest content creator out there, it's kind of like one or the other. Either YouTube is gonna push you and your videos, you know, and your content through the algorithms, or they're gonna push your live streams. And I didn't know that when I first started covering my team, my videos were doing really, really good. I was getting like 1,000 views on every video. But it's like the second I started streaming and my live stream started doing good, it's like I got caught in this lane. I got stuck in this lane of live streaming. And now it seems like my live streams do really good, and my regular videos just do okay. But if you ask me which one do I like better, I like streaming better. I like being live. I like being able to hang out with the community. I like being able to talk to the community live. And I like it how whatever happens on stream is what happens. I don't have to sit there and edit shit out. I don't have to do a retake. I don't have to, you know, refilm something. It's just live, and that's kind of what I like now. And I don't really bother with videos too much anymore. If I've got something to say, I'm just gonna stream it from now on. And you know, I feel like it also helps, like your subs go up when you're streaming more. You have WVids. You need to get to 50 before they let you stream. But a really good way, and this is gonna be me being honest and giving you some of the sauce. If you want to get some subs really quick, I mean really quickly, Make YouTube shorts on things that you're interested in, and make sure that you make those YouTube shorts short. Like they're only like the longest they should be is a minute long. But if you can keep them from 15 to 30 seconds to a minute short, those YouTube shorts are going to get a lot of views, and then those views are going to equal new subs, new subscribers. So try to do a lot of YouTube shorts. Hold on, guys. I got to call my girl back. She's like calling me again, and I got to make sure she's okay. Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby, I'm pulling into the neighborhood right now. So,
like you're outside?
Yeah, like I'm pulling into Bradford Village.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll see you in like a few minutes, in like 2 minutes. Why don't you meet me outside with the card? I love you.
Bye.
Alright, guys. I just gotta go to my house real quick and get the card, and then I gotta go pick her up some medicine. She needs some Benadryl because she busted out of some like allergic hives. I think maybe she does have COVID. Maybe it didn't show up on the test, but it looks like everyone's a little sick in the house. I'm just got a stomach ache, and I don't think I've got COVID, but I think I'm just hung over from drinking last night. And my little boy is perfectly fine. Anytime he catches COVID, he's asymptomatic. But it seems like now at the beginning of every school year, someone is guaranteed that some kid is gonna go to school with COVID, and everyone ends up catching it every school year now at the beginning of every school year. And it just seems like something so planned, you know, like who the fuck knows where COVID came from? Who the fuck knows how it spreads? And who the fuck knows what its true purpose is? But my stomach is feeling like shit. And guys, you see that huge house over here on the corner? With all that property and all that land around it? In this subdivision, in this resort style community living? That's my house. I own it. There's no mortgage left on it. There never was any mortgage on it. Yo, what up? Glock is a hero. They wanted to say that COVID came from a bat. Like that in Japan or in China, there's a bunch of these farmers markets outdoors. And that a bat flew over something, pooped in the food, and spread. That's how COVID got started, and it was spreading through all of Japan. And then finally, through traveling, people from Japan that were traveling into the U.S. brought COVID into the U.S. That's the official story. But I don't believe it.
Is my card in the car? Do you have my card?
Hold on, let me check.
No. I thought I saw it.
Okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm streaming. The gel caps? Okay, I'll be back in 2 seconds with it. Oh my god, I came all the way to the house for the debit card in the car with me. I thought she had it. But yeah, this is my neighborhood, guys. My hood. It's pretty nice over here. Everyone here usually has like a really nice car in their driveway. And my cousin lives right down the block from me. He's got one of the nicest houses in the neighborhood. He just got it like repainted, the whole thing. Actually, I don't like the color he picked. He picked like a salmon color, and it made his house like a pumpkin. It looks real orange, but it's salmon. See, it's over here. You can't see it in the dark, but there's this house over here with the SUV. That's my cousin's house. So like he lives right down the block from me. I'm gonna get medicine. I don't know where I'm gonna find Benadryl at 11 o'clock at night, but I'm guessing we're gonna go to like CVS. Maybe Target is open. I don't know what's open at this time where I can pick up Benadryl real quick. Yeah, that's what I thought it came from. They said that it came from bats. But the thing is that bats have been around for millions of years. And bats have been around humans since humans have been around. So how come there was never COVID before the bat, this bat incident, this supposed so-called bat incident? So that don't make no sense to me, the whole bat situation. And I think that COVID came from something else, not just a bat pooping in some food. And another thing is, what kind of fucking person is gonna serve up the food after some bat pooped in it? You're not gonna serve up that food and shit. So that doesn't make any sense that somebody didn't notice, like, hey, you just sold me food with bat shit in it. Instead, you're telling me the food that got contaminated by bat shit, they served it up, people ate it, didn't find anything wrong with it, contracted COVID, and then from there it was able to spread throughout the whole fucking world. That's crazy. That's nonsense. So to this day, I'm real suspicious about the whole COVID incident. And I live in Florida. I live in Orlando. That is my home sweet home. Orlando. East Orange County, to be precise. I live in the really good part of Orlando. I'm pretty near like all of the theme parks. I'm like right next to all of the theme parks. But I want to say that I feel like Orlando is probably the nicest place you could live in. It's like, it makes you feel like you're living in California, but minus the earthquakes, and that you replaced earthquakes with hurricane season. But that's how nice the weather is. That's how nice the whole state is. So I absolutely love the city that I live in. Coming from New York and leaving New York, I didn't think I was ever going to love any other city besides New York City. But I love Orlando more than anything. I love being able to raise my kid in Orlando. That means like so much to me. They got better schools over here. They got so much more for kids to do. So I'm glad I was able to raise my kid in Orlando. It's much better than raising him in New York City. As much as I love New York, it's not a place to raise kids. You don't want to raise your kids in New York City. You know what? And as bad as you think Iowa sounds, and it does sound a little bit boring, sometimes even like recently, I've been looking into like what would it take to move in to Mid-East, because Orlando's become real pricey to live in. It's become a pricey city, and I feel like sometimes when I'm looking up homes in other cities in other states, cities that are in the Mid-East, you can still buy a house in the Mid-East for like $200,000. Where in Orlando, you need $500,000 to buy any house in Orlando. You need $495,000 to buy the cheapest house in Orlando. So sometimes I want to move to like a smaller city or a smaller state that's not as developed, because the houses over there are more cheaper and more affordable. And and it's more quiet. If you look right now, like look how much traffic there is in Orlando right now at 11 p.m. There's traffic everywhere, like as if it's 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. And Orlando has gotten real populated over the last 10 years, and it's become real city-like. And the cost of living feels like, you're paying to live in a major city. So sometimes I wish I could move to a smaller town, a smaller city, a smaller state. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind the quietness. Iowa sounds pretty quiet, so I wouldn't mind that. You know, I thought I had my girl's card with me, and I just didn't remember. Like I said, I drank so much last night that it was like hard to remember what happened last night, and just like I feel so like brain fog and shit. Plus the stomach ache, it makes me feel like shit today. All right, let's go in there and get that Benadryl. My girl says she's got them creepy, crawly fucking hives going up her legs and her arms. She has some sort of allergic reaction to something. For all I know, it could be a COVID symptom because my little boy doesn't have it. All right, I'll take you guys in there with me. We'll make it a little road trip. Okay, we're not gonna be in there too long, so I'll just leave the car running. I hate turning on and off the car. I feel like it fucks with the starter of the car. You don't ever want to always turn your car on and off throughout the day. It just fucks with the starter. But I'm going into Walgreens in search of some Benadryl. And let me tell you guys, Benadryl is the answer to everything. Your nose feels a little stuffy, Benadryl. You're having a sneeze attack, Benadryl. You got hives, Benadryl. You can't fall asleep, Benadryl. You got a headache, Benadryl. Okay, and for some reason, anytime I go to like any sort of pharmacy, the Benadryl is either always out or like they're running low on it. Look at that, just 2 packs left of Benadryl. Like I said, guys, it's always fucking running low. Oh my God, it's $13 for Benadryl? There's gotta be like another pack. She didn't want these, those are the pill form. She wanted gel caps. Good Lord, $13 for Benadryl? Let me see if Target is open or anything else around me is open. Is CVS still open?
Most CVS stores are open today, generally from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. for retail. However, pharmacy hours and lunch breaks vary, so check the CVS store locator for your specific location's hours.
Let me check
for medical
Target.
advice.
Is Target open?
Target stores usually open at either 7 a.m. or 8 a.m.
Target
and close
is
at
not
10 p.m.
open.
every day.
They close
However,
at 10.
since hours can vary, it's best to check your local store schedule or use the Target store locator.
Okay, I might go across the street and pick up the Benadryl from over there because it's like $13 over here. I don't know if my girl wanted me to buy this like huge package of it. Let me call her real quick. When a store is this dead, it looks like the damn back rooms. Like it goes on forever. Hey babe, I'm over here at Walgreens and I didn't go to CVS because I don't know if it's open. But it's $13.99 for a pack of Benadryl now. I don't know if that's like It's the gel caps that you wanted. Okay, I'll show you. Hold on, my girl wants to make sure I got the right thing.
What are you talking about?
I got this. No, I was streaming.
That's like the big giant box, Mario.
That's all they had available. Was the last one.
No, that's not all they have.
Okay, let's go back there and look. But I'll show you. There was only 2 packs of Benadryl left, and it was those big boxes, and then everything else was gone. Like allergy season must be fucking kicking in. But you see, there's only this one left, and that's the big box too.
Because you're not letting me see anything. I cannot see anything.
Okay, chill. See how empty it is?
You're going too fast.
Okay. Hold on. That's the only one left as far as it goes for the smaller box, but it's not the gel caps.
That's not even the right one. Can you please go to, where did you go?
Walgreens.
I don't know why you went there.
Should I go to CVS?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll go to CVS next. Alright,
Okay.
bye. Okay, I knew that was a little too much for Benadryl. It was $15 for a box. That's like enough Benadryl for 2 years. I'm pretty sure that Benadryl is only supposed to be like $4.99. Oh, they already got Halloween stuff out. It's crazy they already got Halloween stuff up. I gotta start working on my Halloween decorations. And let's check out the toy section. I always like to check out the toys when I'm in a store, just in case there's something that my little boy would like or wants. Unfortunately, he is not into Paw Patrol anymore. He's outgrown that stage. Ooh, look at this. That's a really good looking Transformer figure. That's a really good looking Optimus. It's the cartoon version. That's really good looking. And it transforms? That is pretty cool. It looks pretty accurate to the cartoon. Those are some good looking figures. They got a Bumblebee one, but that's more based off of Bumblebee when he was on Cybertron before he came to Earth, I think. It's like a crazy looking version of Bumblebee. Besides that, you got some Dragon Ball Z over here. These figures are pretty decent. They're kind of mid. They look kind of bland. There's no details to them. And that's just about it. They got some basketball cards, I think, but... Ooh. Do I have this one already? I think I've got this one already. It's the Back to the Future DeLorean. I think I got this one already. Oh, and they also have the Trans Am from... What was the name of that movie? Oh, Smokey and the Bandit. Look how nice that car looks. That was the last good muscle car ever, was the Pontiac Trans Am. It was the last of its kind. Why is it everything nowadays has to be a rainbow unicorn? The rainbow unicorn stuff is getting a bit out of hand, a bit ridiculous. Now my 8-year-old boy thinks like a rainbow unicorn is the norm. That's what they want you to think. Alright, I gotta go to... Oh my God. She told me to go to CVS, and that doesn't even look open. It's across the street. It doesn't look open. No, it does not look open. Okay, now it's time to call her back, I guess. Because that is not open. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
I just came out here and I looked across the street. CVS is not open. that place is closed for sure. I can see it from here. So what do you want me to do? This place only has 2 boxes left of Benadryl. The other ones that is the smaller package that have like it's only $8 or something. They don't even have that one available. You heard? Hello?
I'm just trying to see if the one in Avalon.
I don't know if CVS is open like for the whole night like the way Walgreens is. So I mean, if this CVS over here is not open, I don't think the other one's gonna be open.
I'm just about to see Walgreens and then show me again the try to show it to the right. Like move the camera everywhere I can't see anything.
Okay. Hold on. Let's go back in there.
Are you at Walgreens now?
I was at Walgreens to start off with. CVS across the street is just closed. I just came out here because I was gonna go.
At Walgreens, yeah.
Yeah, I never left because all I had to do was go out into the parking lot and I could see that CVS across the street was closed. All right, I'm gonna show you, and it's the right one. See, it's
I want
Benadryl.
you to go down the aisle. I want you to go back to the aisle.
There's nothing in that aisle, is what I'm trying to tell you. Is that there was only 2 of these left, and the other ones, like the 8-pack there's nothing there.
Just go back to the aisle, Matthew.
Okay, I'll go back to the aisle. Hold on. Now, what do you want me to do?
Do they have a generic brand that
Yes.
does gel caps?
You know what? I just found them.
You just found what?
The one that's like an 8-pack.
That says 24-pack.
Yeah, that's the smallest pack they have for $8.99.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm gonna go pay for this and then I'll bring it home to you. It's crazy, guys. Every time I stream, something pops up. Something is gonna come up, guaranteed. Yo, thanks, Gigi. I appreciate that 10th like. Look at all the Halloween stuff already up. Isn't it a bit too early for Halloween already? Look at it. I'm gonna have to start decorating my house. Oh, look at that. That is crazy looking. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, shit didn't look this good. Okay, let's see how long it takes to cash out. Oh, they got a little bell. That was pretty cool. Okay. How you doing? Just need this.
And you have a number with Walgreens?
I don't think so.
Okay. $8.99. Cheek facing down, please.
What happened?
The cheek facing down.
Oh. Thank you so much. I got it.
There you go.
You have a good day.
Thank you.
Alright guys, now I gotta go bring this medicine back home and then maybe I can get back to work. But I think it's kind of late now. No, it's only 11:30. I don't know if I want to just be out here just for another hour, but I might do it. Like I said, I feel like fucking garbage when I don't fucking make some money throughout the day and earn some money. That kind of shit makes me feel like a loser. So let's get home, drop off this medicine, and then I'll try to get back to making money. But yo, Gigi, I appreciate that like, man. Oh, WVids, my streams are kind of like, I don't know. I kind of just stream whenever I get a chance. Especially when I feel like it, I'll just, stream and, hang out. So they're kind of random. But I'm usually streaming somewhere after 6 p.m. is when I usually stream, like, while I'm at work. And then when I get home at night is when I usually stream the game. So I'm just gonna go home and I guess drop this off really quick. And it is kind of like humid out here today. It's kind of hot out here today. It feels like especially for the nighttime, it feels like it's in the 90s right now. I wonder what the weather is like. Let me check the weather because it feels kind of humid. What's the weather like in Orlando right now? It's 85. So I was close. I love how the fucking car just constantly beeps. As soon as you get this motherfucking car, it's got to beep and scream to let you know, put on your seatbelt. And I tell my wife all the time, hey, can you turn that fucking feature off? And she refuses to turn that feature off. There's just some things that she just doesn't do. I'll ask her, hey, can you get a better charger for the car? She'll just stick with the garbage ass one. I don't know why she does stuff like that. It kind of pisses me off. I hate hearing this car beep, telling you to, put on the belt. It's ridiculous. But yeah, guys, I'm really excited about tomorrow. I do want to see what's going to be up with my team. Like I said, they said they're going to do a lot of changes to the shooting. They're going to be bringing shooting percentages down. They claim that defense is going to be different, that CPU is going to be able to contest things like jab steps and contest, people spamming the dribble moves left to right, right to left, shooting behind the center constantly. They said they're going to address all of that. I feel like they say all of those things every year. And every year, no joke, guys, every year, we all have the same complaints when it comes to this game. The passing lanes, the bump steals, the body steals. What else do we always complaining about? The passing lanes, the bump steals, the contest. We're always complaining about those things every year. And every year they promise us, a solution to the problem and they've taken care of it, and they don't. It's always the same, it feels like the same problems with the game every single year. So let's see if there is any improvements to the game. Let's see if it does get any better. But I don't know, guys. I just, they promise us that every single year, and every single year it feels like the game gets worse. I've been waiting for the game to be as good as it was in 2K24, and it feels like we can never get back to the way the game was or how good it was in 2K24. We're in 2K26 now, moving on to 2K27 with better technology, and you're telling me we can't make a game as fun as a game was 4 years ago, 3 years ago? That shit is garbage. And, and I don't want to be starting the game over and hear everyone complain about the game again. Oh, the shooting. Oh, the passing lanes. Oh, the bump steals. Oh, no contest. Too much defense from the computer. Off balling. It's the same shit every year. Every year the community complains about the same shit until Mike Wang has to give up and start patching up the game the whole fucking year. And I don't know. I just don't want to be a part of that next year. Like, the whole process of starting over, the whole process of trying to get the game to be good. The game should be good as soon as we buy it for $150. The game should be good and it should be fun. Until season 7. But I'm gonna drop this medicine off to my girl, and then I'm gonna try to pick up a few more trips. Like I said, I could stay out here for like another hour. And you never know, I might get that one trip that's $20, and all I gotta do is take that last trip and I'm good to go. I got gas for the night, I got the money I need for the day. Not that there's much of a day left. But like I said, I always like to make some money throughout the day. I don't ever want to go a day where I don't go out there and earn some money and make some money for me and my family. Like, it's expensive to live like this. Nothing's free in life. If you want to go to theme parks, you got to pay for it. If you want to enjoy Hulu and Disney Plus, you got to pay for it. If you want to enjoy collecting basketball cards, if you want to enjoy playing video games, guess what? All of that shit requires money. The only way to make money is to go out there and work hard and earn it, and earn a living, and earn some money. Without money, you can't do shit in life. And if you don't make money every day, you're either gonna deplete your savings and you're not gonna have any money, or you're gonna not have any money to put into your savings. And right now I'm trying to get myself a third car. I'm trying to get myself a Dodge Challenger. And I don't know if I'm gonna truly buy that car, if I'm just gonna buy this car for my girl. But I would love to get my dream car, which is a Dodge Challenger. Actually, hold on. I'll just park over here on the side. No, you gotta beep. So, I bought her medicine. But another thing, guys, I also got to start saving up for the game. I do got to pre-order the game. I think we have 2 weeks left to where we can pre-order the game. I'm going to wait to the very last minute. I want to see what they're going to say about the game. I want to see how the game... There was a story on Google News, on Google, and like they were comparing 2K 2K27, and like they were comparing 2K 2K27 graphically. And the consensus was that 2K26 looked better graphically. That's another thing, that this game has been getting worse and worse graphically throughout the years. I can't remember which 2K it was. I think it was either 2K16 or 2K19. Oh my God, man. You could see the ripples in the jerseys as the players moved. You could see the coloring was better. You could see the reflection off of their bald heads and the sweat dripping down their face. You could see the shine on the hardwood floor from the lights. Just everything looked so much. I think it was 2K either 16 or 19. One of them looked so, it was so aesthetically pleasing. It felt like you were watching a game, like the real game. And it was really good. But now this year, the game doesn't look too good. And I want to say that the game, it didn't even really look that good when I first started playing it back in 2K23, 2K24. It really didn't look that good. It wasn't really that detailed. It was very simplistic. And it looked like cell shading. And I don't know why, but the game hasn't really improved throughout the years graphically. Okay, I gotta bust the UE, guys, and we're heading to Taco Bell, aka Taco Hell. And we got a $10 order to pick up, and it looks like it's only 8 minutes away, so that's pretty damn good. That means we'll be there in 8 minutes, and that makes it worth, you know, $10. It's not worth it when you get like a $10 trip, but you gotta travel like 15 minutes to get the, you know, to the restaurant. It kind of, you know, takes out of your gas. It wastes a lot of gas. But I do appreciate the likes, my dude. But yeah, I just want to be out here, pick up a few more trips. I'm not in any rush to get home. I just want to make some money out here today, even like crap. Like I said, my little boy caught COVID. First week of school and he catches COVID. Isn't there like somebody that should be making sure that the kids are like not sick before they come to school? Like when I was a kid, before the school year started, you had to like pass a physical with the nurse, the school nurse. Now you just send your kids to school if they're sick. It's crazy. They say they want you to send your kid to school if he's sick no matter what, and then they'll determine from there, does he get to miss the days of school? Well, that's how everyone in the school gets infected with the same colds and shit. That's how all the kids end up catching COVID and shit. And Ronald, I don't even know what the school nurse does nowadays. Back in my days, the school nurse was an actual nurse. She was like in a nurse's outfit and everything. Now the school nurse looks like, you know, somebody they found off the streets. Like they don't even know shit. They're just like, hey, you're not feeling good? Lay there for a few minutes and then I'm gonna send you home. That's all they do. The school system nowadays, especially the public school system, is not what it used to be. And I always say nowadays, if you want to get your kid the best education, send them to a private school if you can find one near you, or you gotta like homeschool them, because the public school system is just, it's like the damn wild west. Like anything goes over there. It's crazy. Like when I go to pick up my kid from school, the kids are running rampant. Like they're like running like crazy. They're just running around the school and shit, acting all crazy. But I feel like nowadays the kids are so hopped up on sugar and all of this nonsense, and it's just like they're just all acting a fool. So I always tell my boy not to be one of those kids acting a fool in school, and not to be acting up in class. And another thing, I remember when I was a kid, like if you were in a private school, if you were like in a Catholic school, no joke, that Catholic school teacher could have, like, she could take out the paddle and spank you in class. How much a teacher would, that's how much control and authority she had over your kids, you know, while they were in school. She was gonna make sure they behaved. And I was in, you know, Catholic school, and you were always afraid, like, was a teacher gonna bust out the paddle? And nowadays they can't do shit like that, you know. Now that was only in private school, because later on my mom took me out of that Catholic school because she didn't like the fact that they could hit the kids. And I went to public school, where then I ran wild for, like, you know, all the way to high school. You know, especially once I came here to Orlando, I was just fucking doing whatever I wanted to do in these public schools. I was selling weed in high school. You know, in high school I was busy selling Xanax, Vicodin, Percocet, acid, ecstasy. Good Lord. What didn't I say? I turned high school into a fucking pharmaceutical adventure, into like a payday. That's how wild public schools are. And if it was that bad when I was a kid, I can't imagine sending my kid to a public high school when he gets older. Like, what is he gonna be exposed to? What's gonna be happening in that school? So I'm trying to get him into a private school eventually, because I already know how fucking crazy public schools are down here. I went to them. I remember being a kid in high school, smoking weed in the bathroom with other kids. You know, it was, no one gave a fuck. So I want to make sure that my kid goes to a better school, and not to, like, such a crappy school, being exposed to such garbage at such a young age like I was. Yeah, I was a little bit of a troublemaker in high school. Not really fucking, you know, following the rules. And my mom was a single mom, and I was over there thinking we needed money. And I was like, hey, the quickest way to make this money is sell weed. And that led to other things. But that's why I want to make sure that my kid doesn't, you know, run into the same trouble that I ran into in public high schools, and doesn't go down the same path I went down, and that he gets to live, you know, that he gets a much better upbringing than what I did in New York City. Alright guys, we got 3 minutes, and then we're gonna be picking up this order from Taco Bell, and then I gotta drop it off. And I'll probably pick up maybe 1 or 2 more orders after that. And then I'll probably get home, because everyone is feeling pretty sick at the house. And guys, I believe I'm 7 cards away, 7 GOAT cards away from a diamond animation breaker. I cannot wait to get my first diamond, no, I'm 6 cards away from getting my first diamond animation breaker card. I can't wait to get it. Oh, I know. I can't believe that shit, Ronald. Yeah, and that's good, Ronald. I'm glad you weren't that type of kid. I was, you know, I was a pretty mischievous kid. I remember when I first moved to Orlando, raves were pretty big, and that was the shit to do, was, you know, hit up the raves and get, you know, get lit up. And I kind of fell into the wrong crowd and kind of fell into the wrong things, but that hasn't been me in like over 20 years, so like, or forever. So I'm just glad I, you know, was able to get away from all of that stuff. But I don't know what's going on with Taco Bell. It has become a pretty big problem everywhere with people getting sick from Taco Bell due to the parasites in the food, in the lettuce. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Don't be eating no Taco Bell. Who the fuck wants to put parasites in themselves? You don't even know where the fuck them parasites came from. How come they're not dying from the food being heated up and cooked? You know, how come they're not dying once they enter your digestive, It just is very suspicious. Everyone is, you know, getting hit with this shit. I don't eat Taco Bell, so I have not been hit with that. But everyone is getting sick from eating Taco Bell, and I don't understand why are people still eating Taco Bell if it's giving them the drips. I'd be like, hey, that's a reason to stop eating Taco Bell. It's giving everyone diarrhea because they're putting parasites in us. I would be like, I'm not touching it.
Taco Bell using mobile app today?
No, I'm just here to pick up.
What's the name?
Christopher.
You gotta come inside. It's an Uber, right?
DoorDash.
Yeah, you gotta come inside, boss man.
That makes no fucking sense, man. That I gotta go inside to pick up this garbage food. You can go through the drive. It's so stupid. But yeah, man, guys, if I was you, I would not. And like I'm always trying to preach, don't eat McDonald's anymore. Don't eat Burger King. Don't eat Wendy's. Don't eat Taco Bell. You don't know where that food is coming from. You don't know where that meat is coming from. You don't know where that lettuce is coming from. Eat the food that you cook at home. Try to buy organic food from the supermarkets when you can. Try to buy from like a local like farmer's market. We have plenty of those in Orlando. And don't eat Taco Bell if they're claiming there's parasites in it. You know, some of these kind of parasites could travel through your body, you know, to your heart, to your brain. You know, so you really don't want that kind of shit in your body. I don't eat Taco Bell. My family doesn't eat Taco Bell. My kid definitely doesn't eat Taco Bell. And I don't know if my kid has ever eaten Taco Bell in his life. I don't think we've ever given him Taco Bell once. And
Are they here for Christopher?
yes, sir.
Can you make a burger for me?
Sure.
I'll give you the...
Thanks, man. You have a good night.
You too, man.
Like, yeah, I just wouldn't eat it no more. If somebody told me, hey, you're going to be putting parasites into your body. Do you know that in some countries, people do a parasite, like in Japan and stuff, they do a parasite cleansing of their bodies like once every like 3 to 6 months. Those people are over there cleansing their bodies and doing like parasite cleansings and shit. In the United States, you never hear anyone talking about cleanse your body of any sort of parasites. You know, get them out of your system, avoid foods that are contaminated with parasites. Here's Taco Bell being contaminated with parasites, and here's people still ordering Taco Bell. Like they don't give a fuck. And then they wonder at the end, why do they have cancer? You got damn parasites up in you. You got a ton of them in you now. Yeah, I'm gonna stream as soon as I get home. I'm only gonna be out here for maybe 30 more minutes, 40 more minutes. And then I'm gonna go home, eat dinner. My girl made some chicken noodle soup for everyone because we're all a little bit under the weather. And then if anybody wants to play some Showdown, you know I'm always down to play anyone from the chat, you know, in Showdown. And if anybody wants to run Park or team up, I wouldn't mind doing that either, just because sometimes I feel like I'm getting a little bit bored of Showdown, like every season winning 250 games every single season. Competing, you know, every moment, every second, every possession. It gets a little bit, just a little bit too much. Like, you need a break from it at times. So I wouldn't mind today if, you know, wouldn't mind taking a break from Showdown, I guess. but I would still like to play people in the chat, you know, in some 5v5. To me, I find that really fun. Playing people from the chat in Showdown, I think that's the best instead of playing randoms. But yeah, I don't get why everybody is still eating Taco Bell, or like what's their fascination with Taco Bell. You know, as soon as I heard like, hey, Taco Bell's giving everyone diarrhea and there's parasites in it and it's contaminated and then the parasites are gonna be in your system, I'm like, I bet everyone's gonna stop eating Taco Bell. This is gonna hurt Taco Bell. It has not even hurt Taco Bell, like not one bit. It has not slowed business down, not one bit. People are still eating Taco Bell like it's parasite free. And just the thought of it, just saying it out loud, hey, eating Taco Bell puts parasites in your body. That is so cringe, just the thought of it. I don't even want to put anything like that in my body. So, you know, you got to start wondering, where does everyone, you know, where's everyone getting their beef? Where's everyone getting their lettuce if that shit is contaminated with parasites? So, I'm glad I have not eaten Taco Bell years. I'm talking about like at least over 5 years since I've eaten Taco Bell. It's been like at least 10 years or more since I've stopped drinking cola. Now, sometimes I do get an urge for cola, like I want to, you know, sip on it, and because I still miss how like sweet, you know, Coca-Cola used to be. But that happens maybe like once like every 3 years if I'm like at the beach or something and, you know, somebody's got a really cola, I might drink it. But the last time I tried drinking Pepsi, oh my god, it felt like it was burning my taste buds. I was like, this shit is meant to take off battery acid off of your car's battery. Like, that's how strong Pepsi is. It did not taste good to me. And Mountain Dew tastes like nothing but pure sugar now to me, and like it's such a sugar rush. And I swear, people that are drinking Mountain Dew are getting high off of it, just like energy drinks. That's another thing, guys. I don't do energy drinks. I think those things are really bad for you too. Oh my god, guys, this part of town is like super dark, and like there's no fucking, look how dark it is. I have to put my brights on just to see anything. All right, let's see if I can find this house really quick, and hopefully it's not looking too scary back here. It's looking kind of scary. Yeah, you know, people just gotta start eating healthier, Gigi, and you gotta start wondering, what are you putting into your body? And then you gotta start wondering, well, why are so many people getting sick? Is it because of what we're putting into our bodies? You know, the kind of foods that we're eating, the kind of chemicals that we're putting into our bodies, you know, that are disguised as food. And that's probably, you know, the main answer to, like, you know, why you know, so many people are getting sick in the US. The last time I went to my eye doctor, he told me that bad vision in the US has become a problem, and that most people suffer from bad vision because of the chemicals found in their food. I was like, oh my god, that's terrible. Guys, I gotta go in here and I gotta do a 3-point turn and reverse out of here because I missed my turn, and it looks creepy back here. Not gonna lie, it looks super creepy back here. This is like the last place you would want to get stuck in. I'm sure during the day it doesn't look that creepy, but right now it looks creepy as fuck. Like Bigfoot is just gonna come out of the woods and rip you out of your fucking car. But it's so dark I couldn't even see the turn. Like back here, I feel like is where like spaghetti people live. Mutated looking spaghetti people. Like, where the fuck is this taking me? It says I'm 4 minutes away from my destination. I don't want to go 4 minutes deeper into this kind of like community. It's like really scary, really dark back here. And they look like they're one step away from trailer homes. They look like real small, like tiny houses, and they're not a part of any sort of subdivision or like community. It's just houses in the middle of this dark road. I really hope that this person is gonna meet me out front or something like that. You know, meet me in front of the house, because I am not gonna go into someone's massive driveway and I'm go all the way to their fucking house, all the way in the back of some woods. That looks a little creepy. And all of these homes, they're like really deep, like they've got like a lot of land around them, and I hope they don't expect me to drive into their fucking property and shit to drop off this order. I'm hoping they have enough common sense just to meet me out like at their gate. But this is looking scary, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like they filmed Jeepers Creepers out here. Like they filmed Texas Chainsaw Massacre out here, some shit. Yep, it's looking pretty scary. Well, I wish it was something like Five Guys. If it was something like Five Guys, I'd be like, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna keep this order and eat it. But it is looking dark as fuck out here. And it's like before midnight. But after midnight, it gets a little bit woods or some shit in this wooded area. And I hate when I get caught up in this type of area. Like, I'd rather be like where I'm from, East Orange County. This is not East Orange County anymore. This is like the woods, the boondocks. There isn't even any good internet connection out here. That's how fucking deep into the woods I am. And it's looking scary. I'm gonna tell these people, can you meet me out front? I am not driving, which is a acre deep. I would have to like, it looks like a house. Like right now, all you can see is like their mailboxes, and then you gotta make. You can see is like their mailboxes, and then you gotta make to their property, and like their houses are like a half a mile deep with. A little scary, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the first times I'm actually a little bit scared out here. Oh man, and some of these homes look really old, like something straight out of like a horror movie. And for some reason I feel like this is gonna be a dead end or some shit. Oh my god, it's telling me to make a U-turn over here. It drove me to this dead end for me to make a U-turn over here. Oh my god, this is so scary. I swear to God, if something came out of the woods, I would cry and pee in my pants. This is the reason why now I feel like I gotta get strapped up. It's just for moments like this. Look how crazy that fucking... The GPS took me all the way down to this fucking dead end just to do a U-turn. Why didn't it just tell me, hey, make a U-turn into someone's driveway? Instead of driving me all the way here to fucking scary-ass buttfuck Egypt. Okay, it says that I missed a turn like right down the block. But it is dark out here, even with my brights on. This is with my brights off, this is with my brights on, and it's still dark as fuck. Why does property? I am not going into there. No, 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 no. Fucking... Nope. Wait. I'll drop that food off and just leave it there. I'm gonna do. I am not even getting out of my car. I'll fucking chuck that shit and just leave it there. I am not getting out my car. No fucking way. We are in like the boonies. It is dark as fuck. These people better meet me out there if they want their food. I'll drive up and down this place until they come out there and meet me. If not, I am not driving into that property. When I say scary looking, it is scary looking out here. I would have to have the biggest cojones ever to get out of my car. Look at all of these gated houses like they're protecting themselves from something scary out here. Fuck no. Oh my God, it is looking too scary out here. Now I gotta like find a driveway to like reverse into and like you make another 3-pointer. I'm just gonna drive to their, I'm gonna drive by their house and I'm literally gonna leave the food in the driveway. I am not getting out of my car. There's some sort of irrigation dip over here that you can just, your car can sink into. These are the most narrow fucking, there's not a soul to be found on this road. It's that scary. There's not one person out here. Everyone's got these crazy fucking gates around their houses, like they're protecting themselves from fucking Chupacabra and Bigfoot out here. No, I'm just gonna fucking drive by and I'm just gonna throw the food out the window. That's what I'm gonna do. Fuck this shit, guys. This is looking, I'm gonna drive by the house again. These houses are like, they've got like an acre's worth of property around them and they want you to drive into their property. No, I'm not. Look at how crazy and scary it looks out here. Like, if they're smart, they better just meet me out here and shit. I don't get why they don't just meet you out here and shit. It's like they want to lure you into their property and shit. Fuck that. It says the house is 630. Let's find 630. It says this is 630. Oh my God, this is crazy. I don't even want to drive into their property. It's all like dirt. And like, what if my car gets stuck over there? These people think I'm gonna get out and drive. You see how far they want me to drive up this dirt road? So there's no fucking way. It is looking so scary out here. No fucking way are you gonna get me out of this car. The only way I would get out of this car is if somebody drugged me out of this car. I'm just gonna put it by their mailbox. Let me take a picture of this shit. And that's it. I am done. They've got to be bugging if they think I'm going to go into their fucking property and drop that shit off. Like, this place is fucking beyond scary. Okay. At least I dropped off the order in some capacity. You know, I wasn't gonna keep it, but I dropped it off in front of their driveway. I was not gonna drive weird, crazy, redneck looking neighbor. No way. Whew, that was real scary, guys. I've never had an order like scary like that in my life, or like, you know, going into an area like this, but it's pretty scary. And I feel like I did the right thing. The order still got delivered. It's just at the end of her extremely long driveway. So all she's got to do is get out, walk to the driveway, and her food is going to be there at the very end of it. But I wasn't going to go up into that property. You know, I can't even see anything down these fucking roads. They're that fucking scary. I've got my brights on and I can't see anything. So, this is a little bit fucking... This is the first time where I'm actually going to be able to say I'm kind of scared from doing this. There's nobody or walk or this street dance. This I am not fucking go into that. Not me. Not gonna happen to me today. I'm not gonna be one of those idiots like in the horror movies where you just stroll up into the house, drop the food off at the front door, and then when you walk back to your car, there's a fucking clown over there with a leather mask on his face and a fucking chainsaw. Nah, that's not happening to me. So I'm glad that's over with. I think I'm gonna take maybe one more like order and then be done for the night, like, because it is getting a little too late and my stomach still feels like shit. But I'm glad that is just over with. Look how fucking dark it is out here. No wonder it was fucking $12 just to drop off that order of Taco Bell. It looks like a damn horror movie out here. It's like all woods, no fucking street lights, nothing. Like, I've never even seen this part of Orlando and I'm only 15 minutes away from my house. And I've never seen these back roads. It looks real redneck over here, real country. Real scary. And everyone's got these big like gates and fences around their house as if they're like protecting themselves from like chupacabra or something. And look, we've been out here for like a good 20 minutes. We haven't seen one fucking car out here yet. Like there's nobody out here. This is like as dead as Iowa. Yeah, pretty weird out here. Alright, I'm gonna pick up maybe like 1 or 2 more orders and then be done for the night, and then this way I can go home and play the game. But at least that's over with, because that fucking part of town felt scary. It really did feel like I was about to be in a New Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. Like something creepy was gonna happen to me out there. Like Bigfoot was gonna drag me out of the fucking car or some shit. But let's see if we get another order. We should get one pretty soon. And let's see if that order was on time. I don't know. I don't think it was, but let's see if I delivered it on time. Ooh, it says it was delivered on time. Not bad. Hopefully that person went to the end of the driveway and got their food. Hopefully they were smart enough to realize, like, hey, people are gonna be scared to come into our property without fucking trailer looking house in the back of the woods. People are going to be scared and they're not going to drop off the food. They most likely are going to drop it off near the mailbox. So I'm hoping that they're smart enough to figure that out and they just went to the mailbox and got the food. Because I was not going to go into their property. I was like scared just to get out of my car. Like for me to have felt safe in that situation, I would need a gun. Maybe not even a gun would have made me feel safe. You know, what happens if the other person has a gun? What happens if it's a damn clown with a mask and a fucking chainsaw back there? What if there's 2 or 3 people back there crazy like that? So that's why like, lately I feel like I better get like strapped up soon. Too much crazy shit happening in the world not to own a gun. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this joint a few more times. And let's try to pick up maybe a few more orders. And that's too funny that wooded area is right behind all the nice subdivisions. It's right behind Avalon. It's right behind Eastwood and Waterford Lakes. And it's crazy how one part of town could look so crazy and run down, and then 8 minutes away, you're in the lap of luxury. Like, I don't understand how those two places are so closely connected. Oh, guys, let me tell you, I've had a few bad experiences. I'm going to tell you guys these stories. Okay, so one time I was doing Uber and I had this really big guy in the backseat of my car. He must have been like 6'2", 6'3", something like that. And he was walking with a limp. And he said I was taking him to his property. That from there he had to pick something up out of his truck. And that from there I was going to take him to another location. Well, when we get to his house, it's out like in the middle of a wooded area like that. And it's got a big black fence all around his house and property. And his house was all the way in the back of the property, in the back of all of that land that he owned. And he was like, okay, man, can you end the trip now? He's like, this is the end of the trip. We got. And I said, well, I thought we were going someplace else. I thought you were going to add a second destination. He goes, oh, I'm going to add a second destination, but I'm going to pay you cash out of pocket. So I said, okay. I was like, let me end the trip. So I end the trip, and he goes and he had to get out of the car and punch in a code so he can open up the gate and get into his property. And afterwards he tells me, can you drive me to my truck that's back there? So I said, hey man, I wouldn't feel safe driving beyond this gate and into your property, and then the gate is going to close behind us, and then if I want to get out, I'm stuck behind the gate now. I'm stuck behind the property. I'm trapped, back there. So he goes, oh, my bad. And he proceeds to walk to his truck. And when he gets halfway to the truck, he turns around back towards me. And he says, hey, man, do I look like a bad guy? Do I look like a bad person or someone that's going to do something or someone that's scary? And I told him, I said, anytime that someone has to ask you the question, do I look like a bad guy, someone that you can't trust, that means they're usually a bad guy. I told him. And he goes, my bad. He goes, I didn't mean to scare you. Just wait right here. I got to go get some stuff out of my truck. Now, he left his book bag in my car, in my back seat. And he left his iPhone, his new iPhone that he just got it in my back seat. And when he gets to his car, I just thought the whole situation was a bit weird. So I take his stuff out of my car and I leave it right there at the end of his gate. And I take off. But I didn't know that he left an iPhone in my car. I didn't see it. So the next day, I'm waiting for him to call like Uber and claim that, hey, I left my phone with the driver. Can the driver bring it back to me? I'll pay a fee. He doesn't put in a lost and found report with Uber. And finally, he calls his cell phone and I answer it. And he tells me, hey, can you meet me over here at this hotel I need my phone back. It's brand new. So I Google the hotel, and I see that just 2 blocks away, there's a police department. So I call them back and I say, hey man, there's a police department 2 blocks away from you. You mind if I leave the phone there with them at their lost and found and you can pick it up from them? Or do you mind if we meet up there and I'll give it to you over there? This dude tells me keep the phone. He tells me to keep the phone. It was a brand new iPhone. He tells me keep the phone, bruh. Keep the phone. He did not want to meet me at the police station. He didn't want me even to mention it or go anywhere near. And he didn't even want me meeting him at the hotel anymore. And he called back a 3rd time saying that he changed locations, that he was at a different hotel. Could I meet him at the different hotel? And then I said, well, there's a Target near you. How about I leave the phone with the Target lost and found? Again, he said, keep the phone. So I ended up keeping it. And I sold it. There was another time I was doing Uber. And this is why you don't want to pick people up late at night, especially when the bars and the clubs are closing and everyone's drunk and intoxicated. I picked up this dude who was in the back talking. And I thought at first maybe he was talking to me, and then I thought maybe he was talking on the phone, and then I realized, well, I don't see his phone anywhere, and I don't hear him having, the person on speakerphone. I said maybe he's talking to the phone via Bluetooth, headset, a headpiece. But then I realized he didn't have a Bluetooth headpiece on either. And then I said, did someone else get in the car with him that I just didn't see? And I looked back there, and there's nobody back there with them. And I realized that he's talking to his reflection in the window, in the back, on the door window. Or he's talking to someone that he believes is sitting on the outside of the car. Or he's talking to himself. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got this crazy dude with me, and he's over here like thinking he's talking to someone or talking to himself. And I was like, I'm just gonna tough it out, and I'm just gonna drop him off at his destination. I'm gonna let him be drunk and just do whatever weird shit he wants to do and let him talk to himself. But I realized that his destination was 41 minutes away, and he thought he was gonna be slick, and he thought he was gonna turn the app off, and that I was just gonna take him to his destination because it was already up on the GPS, and that he was only gonna be charged maybe $10-15 instead of like this trip was like a $60 trip because it was like 40 minutes away. And he thought I wasn't gonna recognize that he canceled the trip, even and that maybe I didn't notice it, even though the GPS was taking me still towards his house. So when I realized that he canceled the trip and the GPS was still taking me towards his house, I told him, hey man, my car's acting up. I'm gonna have to stop at this gas station. He tells me, no worries, I'm a mechanic. And he goes, if anyone fucks with you, I'm gonna kill them. I go, this guy is so crazy. So the second he gets out of my car, I take off and I fucking burn rubber and I take off out of the gas station. This motherfucker like tries to chase down the car, tries to hold onto the car and get back into it. And luckily for me, I was able to just drive off and get, back onto the road. There was also another time I was picking up somebody from the hood. It's called Pine Hills, and in Orlando it's known as Crime Hills. And it was a black guy, and it was dark, it was nighttime, and I just didn't see him. And I drove by him like 3 houses down. And I stopped there and I waited for him to walk towards the car and get in. But he doesn't ever walk like towards the car. So I had to loop around the neighborhood and drive back and stop right in front of him for him to get in. And when he gets in, he tells me that I was scared to pick him up. And I was like, nah, bro, I wasn't scared. I was like, I just didn't see you, and I drove past you a little bit. I was waiting for you 3 houses down. And he goes, nah, bro. He goes, I paid a lot of money for this trip. You're going to pay me my respects, and you're going to stop that car at the right destination, and you're going to stop it right in front of me, right in front of my house. And I was like, well, that's what I did. I looped back around to stop right in front of you, right in front of your house. And he goes, nah, bruh. He goes, you were trying to get back to the end of the subdivision so you can get out of the, or get to the end of the street so you can leave. And you were going to leave me stranded. And I was like, nah, that's not what I was going to do. If I wanted to leave you stranded, I would have made a right-hand turn instead of making a left-hand turn, coming back towards your house, stopping in front of your house and in front of you and picking you up. I was like, so let's not say that. And he was like, nah, bruh. He was like, you was scared, son. And I was like, and I looked back at him and I was like, nah, bruh, I ain't never scared. And he goes, oh, you ain't never scared? Well, he was like, take me to the gas station so I can get my blunts. So I took him to the gas station, and when he gets out the car, he smacks my car really hard. And he goes, and bro, when I come out, I best find you here waiting for me, or I'll come and find you. He was like, I know you picking up trips in the hood. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to be waiting. But I could see that he was packing a gun underneath his t-shirt. So the second he fucking went into that gas station, he was paying for his stuff, I fucking burnt rubber. I left that gas station. I was peeling out. I was hoping that the light in front of me didn't turn red. This dude gets behind me and starts chasing the car for real. Like he's sprinting. Like he's Usain Bolt. Like he's chasing the car. And if that light was red, he would have caught me. Probably could have shot me up or something. But luckily the light was green. I got out of the gas station driveway and I just booked it. And that wasn't even the scariest. Another time I picked up, there was 2 more stories that I got for you guys. This was my first trip ever. I was picking up somebody in the hood, and I get in my car with like a fucking garbage bag. Like, you know, one of those plastic bags you get from the supermarket, full of weed. I could just smell it. And this guy just proceeds to roll himself a blunt in the back seat of my car. He doesn't ask any permission. He doesn't get scared or worried. And when I saw that he wasn't even worried about me saying anything, I was like, if I say something to him, he's in my backseat. He can just shoot me or stab me up if he wants to. So I let him roll the blunt. He doesn't say a word to me. How you doing? I got a pickup order.
Alright. And the Uber DoorDash?
DoorDash.
Second window.
Okay. So I don't say anything to him, but like, hey, bro, you couldn't wait to smoke that, you know, when you got to your destination. We're only 8 minutes away. He ain't say nothing back to me. So I knew he wasn't fucking around. I just let him fucking roll his blunt. He lit that shit up in my car. He smoked it. He ain't give a fuck. And I wasn't gonna say shit. He got out my car. When I get to the gas station to air my car out, he must have left like a good 3 to 4 grams on the floorboard, on the car seat. Like weed that he dropped everywhere. Like I want to say like a free quarter from that shit, because he dropped so much weed everywhere. And I had to clean it up. There was another time I was picking somebody up from downtown Orlando. This dude gets in my car, black dude, and we get to his first destination, which was Target. And when we get there, he changes his destination, and he says something like, oh, there's too many people out here. He goes, drive me to this other location. He's like, I'm gonna do my shopping there or something. And as I'm driving him there, I turn off the app for the night, and I make it that's my last trip for the night. And as I'm driving him to his destination, he goes, hey man, is this your last trip for the night? I go, no, why are you asking? He goes, oh, because I told you turn off the app and say last trip for the night. I was like, well, after I drop you off, I'm going to go get something to eat, some food. I'm starving. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, don't turn it on anymore. I was like, nah, like I said, I'm going to get some food after I drop you off. And as I'm dropping him off to the second destination, I hear him cock back gun. And he proceeds to tell me that he left me $100 tip on Uber. So I was like, yeah, right, dude. I don't believe that shit. And he goes, check your app. So, yo, what up, Mikhail? He says, check your app. And I check my app, and I realize he left me $100 tip. But he tells me he needs $80 back. That he only wanted to leave me $20. And I'm like, my dude, Uber doesn't work like that, you know, and the tips don't work like that. If you punch that in, I don't know why would you pushing $80 and then expect a $20, $20 back or $80 back. Why would you type in 100? I was like, we don't give cash back over here. This ain't a supermarket. You can't leave $100 tip and then ask for 80 of it back. I said, the Uber driver doesn't even have any money. And when we get to his second destination, he definitely pulls out the gun and says, yo, man, you better get me my $80 because I just gave you a $100 tip and I ain't mean to give you no $100 tip. So I said, calm down, don't worry. I'll call my girl. She's got Cash App and Zelle, and I'll Cash App you the money. I'll Zelle it to you. So I give him my girl's number. He calls it up. He gets out the car and he jumps into another car that was tailing me the whole time, following, behind me. And he gets into that car and they peel off. Afterwards, I called my girl and I said, don't give this guy any money back whatsoever. And I called the police and I tell them about my situation. And this guy had done this 40 times throughout the day, throughout the city of Orlando, where he had somebody's stolen Uber account, plus he had their credit card on file. He would leave the Uber driver a $100 tip and then tell them, give me back $80, in cash, because I left you a $100 tip. It was an accident, or I'm going to blast you. And they were already hunting him down and like looking for him. And I remember I had his phone number and I gave it to the police officer, and the police officer called him, but the guy like kind of denied it, or kind of denied who he was, and the police were basically trying to track him down from the phone. But those were probably the scariest stories I ever had doing Uber. And I've had some other stories that weren't scary. They were just crazy. Like one time I had this lady in my front seat, and she just kept hiking up her dress until I could see like her Pikachu and everything and her panties. There was another time where this lady was like, hey, my son, my kids, and my husband are out of town. Do you want to come in? And then there was another time where this lady was like, hey, do you want to go out and get something to eat? Let's go get some pizza. And I was just like, no. And then there was another time I had this girl who I picked up. She was out there making out with her boyfriend. She gets in my back seat. We start talking. She thinks we're hitting it off in the middle of I-4, in the middle of the interstate. She crawls from the back seat to the front seat while I'm driving. When I drop her off, I thought she was going to lean over to give me a hug, but she leans over and she starts like trying to kiss my neck. And I was like, girl, you don't have to do all that for the Uber driver. And I just told her to get out the car, and that was the end of it. And but those are the kind of things that happen when you're doing Uber and DoorDash and like, Uber Eats. There was one other crazy story that happened to me one time, but I can't say it on the air. It was pretty crazy. But I dropped off some food. This girl basically like, pushes me up against the door, starts grinding on me, takes off her shirt, and wanted to like fuck right there on her steps. And I was like, nah. I was like, someone's gonna jump out of here pretty soon and bat me over the head, and next thing I know, I'm gonna be tied up to a bed missing an organ. So I just bolted out of there. But she was pretty damn fucking hot, and she moved pretty damn quick. She took off her shirt like in 3 seconds. I was like, what's going on? And like, so those are the kind of crazy things that do happen when you're out here DoorDash and Uber Eats and shit like that. Yo, how long does it take to get a McChicken? I'm out here just trying to get a McChicken and it's like taking forever. But I think this might be the last order of the night, guys, because it is getting pretty late. Yeah, those are just some of the stories that I have from like doing Uber and Uber Eats and DoorDash and stuff like that. It gets pretty wild out here. I've picked up a lot of I've also picked up drunk people that have passed out in my back seat. And then like, I remember one time this dude passed out in my back seat. I had to drag him out of the car and leave him at the curb. And luckily for me, like when I drug him out, he started waking up, and he kind of woke up when he was on his grass on his property. But on one time there was a girl that passed out in my car, and people had to like lift her out of my car and drag her out because she was so dead drunk and passed out. And she was like about to pee in my car. And then there was other times where I had somebody throw up in my older car. I used to have a Nissan Altima, and somebody threw up in it, and I could never get the smell out. I had to trade it in, and that's how I ended up with the Toyota. But a lot of crazy shit will happen, you know, while you're out here. Yo, what's good, Mike? So if you want to like do stuff like DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber, you know, Lyft, you gotta expect things to get pretty crazy out here, especially at nighttime. Things are gonna happen. You're gonna run into crazy ass people. Like right now, how long does it take to get some Mickey D's? If it's gonna take this long to get some Mickey D's, I figure I should just smoke up, because I'm over here waiting. Yo, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, Mike. Okay, finally, the food is here. Thank you so much. Is that everything? Thank you. My gosh, nowadays you ask these people a question and they don't even answer. They just fucking like nod their heads as if talking is too much. Oh my God, they just opened up a Whataburger in Orlando. I forgot that they opened up a Whataburger. It's like the first Whataburger that's opened up in Orlando in 20 years. I gotta eventually go there and give it a try. They put it right next to McDonald's. That has got to be taking away a lot of business from McDonald's. Because Whataburgers is as good as Five Guys. It's as good as, you know, Shake Shack. It's, oh my God, the line is fucking humongous. It wraps around the store to get Whataburger. I might have to come back here like maybe another day to get a hamburger for sure. They got like some of the best burgers ever. They're ginormous. But guys, thanks for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, I'm just out here. I got out here really late because my kid has been sick for like the last 2 to 3 days now. He's hasn't been sleeping well. He's been coughing up a storm. He's got allergies and asthma. So whenever he catches like something that, you know, has to do with, you know, coughing, it really acts up. And then from there, we took him to the ER today, and he ended up having COVID. And then my girl busted out in hives today. Then my stomach hurts and I'm not feeling good. And I'm just wondering, like, did the whole house, you know, catch COVID or like, you know. But it's like that every year when he goes back to school, when he starts school. In the first week, it's guaranteed he's going to come home with some sort of cold or sickness, and that the whole house is going to catch a cold and get sick. So I'm just hoping that I didn't catch anything, but I got to admit, my stomach has been feeling like shit. And I haven't had any sort of appetite today. And that's with me smoking, and I'm still not hungry. My stomach just hurts. But I wanted to get out here and still make money. I hate not fucking going to work, even if it's for a day or two. I despise not going to work and not getting out here and earning a living and making some money, you know, for the day, and, you know, bringing some money into the household or, you know, into my savings. I feel like as a real man, you should work every day and bring some money home each day. Or you end up like that, homeless. So, you know, I always tell people, if you can, get out there, put in a hard day's worth of work, earn a living and make some money, and, you know, either buy the things and earn the things you want in life, or put that money into savings, and tuck it away for a rainy day, because you never know when a rainy day is going to happen and you need that money. And you're just over there being a chud, hanging out at the house, having your parents pay for all the bills. You know, so I always say, you know, try to get out there, support your family. You know, work hard so others in your family don't have to work hard. And I work hard so my kid doesn't have to work at all, and he gets the finer things in life. And like, and eventually when he grows up, you know, I'll have a car ready for him. I'm gonna have a house ready for him. So those are my plans. And you can't do those type of things without working hard and getting it done. But we're almost at the next destination. We're only 3 minutes away. And then after this, I may take like 1 or 2 more orders, but I think I'm pretty much done because it's 12:45 at night. And at this point, I do want to get home and just play some video games. I did start really late. Like I said, my kid was sick and I wasn't feeling too good. But just because I started late doesn't mean I'm going to sit out here until I hit $100. At this time of night, it's going to take a while to hit $100. And usually, if I just start work at like 5 in the evening, by like 10, 11 o'clock, I've got $100 because it's the rush hour, it's the dinner hour. But at this time, I could be working until 6 o'clock in the morning and I might not make $100, you know. So I gotta be glad I already hit like $60 and that I'm just gonna be done for the night. My main goal was just to get out here, make $60 to $80 and call it a day. Like I said, I wasn't feeling too good today and I was pretty much sick throughout the whole day, just staying in bed. Okay, we're in like another dark area where like the houses are just like on the side of the road. And it doesn't look as bad as the last location. These houses aren't like deep in the middle of the woods or something, but it doesn't look like the best of the best neighborhoods. So I'm just gonna drop this off real quick and then maybe call it a night, because it seems like all the people that are ordering food today are from like the hood. So I'm gonna just make this real quick and be out. I kind of hate it when I'm not dropping off food in like some kind of apartment complex or some sort of like subdivision or community like type of area. When you're just dropping off food to like some random house, it's like, what the fuck am I even doing out here? But usually I'm not working this late. Usually at this time I'm just going home, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna call this the last trip. Something really good would have pop up for me to take another trip. Okay, this house is also looking extra. Oh no, it's the next house. This house isn't looking too bad, but it does look very dark out here, and it's not well lit. Okay. They do have a very nice car in the driveway. It is a new Corvette and an SUV, so at least I know I'm delivering to people that got money. It's not some hood-ass people. So let's drop them off their Mickey D's. The neighborhood doesn't look too bad. See? Nice Corvette. Nice SUV. It's a Subaru. So looks like I'm delivering the food to some people with money. It just feels a lot safer than delivering food to people that are in the hood. Okay, let's get out of here. It's a nice ass car, man. Real nice car. Okay, guys, another day, another dollar, another survived delivery. But I'm gonna maybe take one more order. I don't know. I'm gonna start heading back home, that's for sure. Okay, at least let me head back home. If I get something that's, you know, at least a $10 to like $15 type of order, and then I'll take it. But if I get anything less than $10, I probably wouldn't take it. I'll probably just reject it. But I'm usually late at night. All of these orders are pretty expensive. They cost a lot of money to get delivered, and usually you get a tip. But I usually don't like working this late at night. It just feels, I don't know, it feels, when you're doing Uber and you got the person in your car, you feel like, okay, they're in my car, and then I'm just gonna drop them off. Where with DoorDash and Uber Eats, you gotta get out of the safety of your car and you gotta drop the food off in their house. Now that usually doesn't bother me if it's a really good looking, safe neighborhood. But the second you're not in a good looking, safe neighborhood is the second you start feeling like, oh man, I gotta get out of my car. I gotta walk onto these people's property. The property might not look the best. It might not look the safest. You know, some of these over here look pretty safe, and this neighborhood looks kind of decent. But I'm still, you know, you don't know whose property you're about to walk into. And then it really sucks when it's like the property is behind a gate or something like that, or a fence. You know, so there are some, but most of these houses this looks like I want to say lower middle class type of neighborhood, but not a bad neighborhood, not the hood. It just looks like there's a bunch of, like, you know, lower middle class to maybe middle class people. People that spend more money on their cars than their homes, that's for sure. Some of these people have nicer cars than they do homes in this neighborhood. So, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it doesn't feel the safest just when you have to get out of your car. Okay, I gotta put this on my GPS. Oh my God, it's telling me to make a U-turn. That's great. Kinda. Not too scary back here. It doesn't look too bad. I'm definitely gonna spark up the rest of my joint if I'm gonna do another delivery. But this is definitely not my neck of the woods. This is definitely not my neighborhood, and it always makes you feel a little bit unsafe when you're not in your own neighborhood, in your own territory. Okay, it says I'm supposed to make a right-hand turn over here to get out of the scary... Like, this guy's got a nice Dodge Challenger in his driveway. The other guy had a nice Corvette. But these houses, these fucking homes look fucking scary. Like they're from the 1940s or some shit. Or 50s. And, some of these fucking cars in the driveway look better than the homes. Look a little bit scary up in here. Alright guys, I gotta get back onto the main road if I want to get like another delivery, because I'm not gonna get anything being lost back here. So I gotta look at the other GPS and get back to the main road so we can get closer to places like Burger King or Taco Bell and pick up some orders. You know what else? You know when you could tell you're in the hood? When you see a bunch of stray cats everywhere. And that makes it real scary. Oh my gosh, guys. There was a guy just walking down here on the road just now, and I could hear him. I could hear somebody talking on the phone, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. And there he was, like crossing the street, like not even 5 feet away from me. Some scary looking dude just walking down this neighborhood, down this dark street at 1 o'clock in the morning with a bunch of stray cats everywhere. Oh my God, that scared the fuck out of me just now. I haven't seen even another car on this fucking road, and now I just ran into a guy that was just randomly walking out here. So weird. Oh my God, it was so scary once. I was like, hey, where's that sound coming from? It sounds like somebody talking in the distance. And then I realized it was somebody talking on their cell phone on speakerphone. And they were like 3 feet away from me. I was like, oh my God. I was like, time for me to fucking pee. I didn't even stop at that stop sign. I could have ran his ass over, and I didn't even see him. It was so dark out here. I was like, where's that coming from? They need some fucking street lights out here in the boonies. This is for sure the boonies, and it needs some street lights. Okay, let's see if I get any orders. That street light is the next intersection with the main, where like a lot of restaurants are. But that was pretty scary, like bumping into some random guy walking out here at 1 in the morning. What are you doing walking out here at 1 a.m.? Most people just call Ubers if they gotta get someplace. They're not just walking out here in the dark, in the pitch black dark at 1 a.m. Look how dark it is if I turn off my lights. So I saw how dark it was. I wouldn't be out here walking at 1 a.m. It's fucking just asking for like a horror movie to happen to you. Okay, I did get one more order. I'm gonna pick up this last order for the night. The only shitty part is that this order has an alcoholic beverage with it, which means I have to walk to the person's door, knock on their door, and then scan their ID. So hopefully, you know, I don't have any problems with that. But it says I'm going to 7-Eleven to pick up some beer. So at least hopefully this is like going to like a decent neighborhood, or it's going to like a decent apartment complex, and not somewhere out in the middle of the boonies, not somewhere out in BFE. But at least tonight it doesn't feel too humid out here. It feels a little bit humid, but the air is real crispy and like kind of cold, kind of chilly. So it's a nice cold, chilly night. It feels real nice out here. And even though I started late, even though I didn't start until like 10:30 at night, I've already made like $60. That's pretty nice. That's a little bit of a come up. Yo, what's good, Corey? What you been up to, Corey? Hey, Corey, what are you playing today? What game are you grinding out? I know you said you haven't been playing my team and shit. I just wondering what you've been playing. I'm gonna pick up this last order and then go home because I'm still not feeling the best. I gotta start finding some different games to get into. I know there's a badass like Wolverine or Deadpool game that just came out. I gotta check out those games. My friend has always been telling me that there's these really two good Spider-Man games that he said are really good. So I might want to get into like some of those like superhero type of games. I'm not really big into first-person shooters. I also like a lot of fighting games. I'm really into fighting games. I'm into Mortal Kombat. I'm into Street Fighter. I'm into Tekken. I'm into Virtual Fighter. I'm into Soul Calibur. So if one of those, I'm into like boxing games. So if I could find a really good fighting game, I would get back into that too. But it's hard for me to find new games to get into because I'm not really into that many type of video games. Like, I'm not into any. I know a lot of people are into like Nintendo Wii, and they're into like the Legend of Zelda, and they're into like, you know, Smash Bros. I never really got into those games, or I kind of left those games behind because I grew up on Nintendo. So I played Nintendo for so many years. I don't have the urge to play like any more Mario games. I don't have the urge to play any more Zelda. I don't have the urge to play, you know, those type of games anymore. I'm trying to think what other games I would like to... I feel like nowadays the games don't hit with me like the way they used to. I remember back in the day I was really big into Halo, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. There were so many good like horror games like Resident Evil. And there were so many good fighting games like, you know, Power Stone and stuff like that, and Soul Calibur. And nowadays I find it really hard to find a game that I want to get into besides basketball. But I wouldn't mind getting into a boxing game. I wouldn't mind getting into some kind of fighting game. And I definitely wouldn't mind trying to give GTA a try. I want to give Grand Theft Auto a try. Hold on, guys. I'm still trying to finish this joint off. I don't know why my phone doesn't want to stay right now, but it's gonna have to stay like that until I finish smoking. Like, good lord, like. I tell my girl, get a different phone mount, get a different charger for the car. She doesn't fucking give it. I can give her the money for it. Tell her, hey, here's some money. Can you get a good phone mount for the car? You know, order it off of your Amazon Prime. Can you order a really good charger for the car? Like, you know, one that actually charges the phone really fast. And I'll give her the money. Where does the money go? I don't fucking know. And I hate doing like online shopping, or else I would do it myself. But I hate shopping on Amazon. I think Amazon sucks. I hate dealing with Amazon. You never get what's advertised, and then when you try to return it, it's a bitch. I'd rather deal with eBay than Amazon. Well, there was remakes? I never even knew that. Oh my god, I gotta look into that shit, man. Yeah, I gotta look into that, man. I was really a big fan of those games. And then, I don't know, I felt like throughout the years, video games like Call of Duty and stuff, they've all gotten worse. And, they just don't make, for example, guys, and I don't want to sound like an old fogey, but I feel like nowadays they just don't make movies and video games like they used to. Like, remember how much effort they used to put back in like old school, like, I'm talking about Sega Genesis, Sega Dreamcast, you know, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, how much effort they put into those fun games. And now you don't have games like that anymore. Like, I feel like they, you know, and when I look at through like, you know, my PlayStation library, where like I can buy games, there are like so many games that I've never heard of. I'm like, who's buying these games? How are they making money off of these games? I don't even see them advertising these games. And it's really hard for me to find a game to get into, or even a select one. But I gotta get some other games to get into. And guys, this is the 7-Eleven that's actually in my neighborhood. So this is a nice 7-Eleven, and I know it's gonna be going to like somewhere within my neighborhood. To be honest, I feel like they should tear down this 7-Eleven and give us a Wawa's, because we have like a really nice like organic supermarket over here called Sprouts. I feel like they should get rid of this McDonald's and give us like a Five Guys. But we already have a Five Guys like right around the corner. But I would get rid of the McDonald's and the 7-Eleven, and at least replace the 7-Eleven with a Wawa's. But when I first moved here, 7-Eleven was the joint. 7-Eleven was like the jam. Like, you came here for like, you know, your Slurpees, your everyday Slurpees. And then one day I asked them, I was like, hey, how do you guys clean out the Slurpee machine? Or how do you guys clean out all of those tubes that go from the back of the room to the Slurpee machine? And their answer was they don't clean it out. They've never cleaned it out. So anytime you go to a 7-Eleven or a gas station that has like, you know, Slurpees, that Slurpee comes from like the back, and then it travels through these tubes and then to the Slurpee machine. So like those Slurpee tubes, like I'm gonna show you the tubes real quick. They've got years worth of Slurpee passing through them, and it's so nasty and it's never cleaned out. You see those tubes right there? Those are the tubes that lead from the back room to the Slurpee machine, and that's how the Slurpee gets into the machine. And those tubes are like never cleaned out. It's so nasty. All right, let me get this order. Is there anyone working here? Excuse me, I got a pickup order. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know if she was giving me the look like she didn't want to be recorded, but I'm like, girl, you're built like a hippopotamus. No one's trying to get you on camera, hippopotamus. You built like a hungry, hungry hippo. Like, you could tell she was hungry and she had food on the mind. And she over here giving me the look like I'm trying to get her on camera or like on video. I'm like, girl, you a grenado. You a grenade. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Am I trying to get you on video? Like, she gave me that look. I was like, the last thing I want is you on video, Miss Piggy. Like, girls nowadays, they could be like, you know, a fucking hippo. They could be a hippopotamus and they still think they're fucking hot and guys are looking. Like, she gave me the look. She was Miss Piggy. She was a little Miss Piggy. And I'm not saying that she wasn't maybe kind of cute. Like, you could tell maybe she had like a cute face. Like, you could see it underneath the chubbiness. You know, that, hey, there is a cute little girl somewhere in there. Right now, she looks like a pretty big girl. And I was like, damn, you over here looking like a hippopotamus, acting like I'm trying to get you on camera, on video and shit. Like, calm down. Ain't no one trying to... I was like, I would need a wide lens to get all of you on video now. I'm doing YouTube vertical. I can't get all of that booty in there. She was a little bit gigantic. Not gigantic, but, you know, man, nowadays a girl that is a little bit of a chunky girl, like, thinks she's all that. I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, what are you on? Like, you weigh more than me. I'm a $150, a $155. She was a little porker. And you could tell she looked like she was hungry. Like she wanted somebody to feed her right there, you know, get her something to eat. Oh, but there was a hottie right there. Good Lord. You know, I guess life has got to be a struggle for girls that aren't the cutest because, you know, guys will treat them a certain type of way and treat the really cute girls a certain type of way. So I guess it is a little bit of a struggle for them. But don't sit over here and act like I'm trying to, you know, get you on video and shit. Like, or that I'm bothering you. You got to do your job. I'm here to pick up an order and shit. Alright, this joint has got like a couple of more hits in it. Oh, I gotta go back there in a little bit because I gotta get gas from the gas station before I go home. So I'm gonna try to get up on video. And you're gonna see, like, I guess maybe you could say she's got a cute face. I don't know. That's me being nice. But she was a pretty thick girl, like, you know, a little bit beyond the average thick girl. Like, I like my girls thick. Like, I like them thick, but not that thick. And she was over here acting like, you know, looking at me like, oh, you trying to get me on video, on camera? You trying to get me on your live stream? You gotta pay for this to be on your live stream. I'm like, damn, girl, like, you looking like a hippopotamus and shit. Like, you ain't looking all that. You looking kind of scary. But like I said, nowadays, guys, girls are so fucking picky and they think they all that. Like, even a chunky looking girl, you know, could fucking think she's all that and shit. That same chunky girl is gonna be the same girl that tells you she needs a rich guy in her life to buy her everything and take her out to eat whenever she wants. That same chunky girl could be picky nowadays and tell a dude like, nah, you don't have a good job, I can't date you. It's crazy. If you ain't wearing the best of gear, you can't even pick up the chunky chick nowadays. The chunky chick working at 7-Eleven wants to see your work credentials because she want to see if you could get her out the hood and shit and start buying her things. Girls nowadays just want you to constantly take them out and buy them shit. I ain't gonna take that chunky chick to no plus size store. Fuck that shit. Oh, who'd you pull, Ronald? Yo, Ronald, let me know who did you pull. I haven't pulled anything good since I got Giannis. Ooh, nice, nice. Okay, so when it comes to Zach Edey, I want to say that he's very close to being on the same level with Yao Ming, Taco. He's definitely on that level. He might even be better than Ralph Sampson. I think he's better than Sampson. Very good card, very good pull. He's an elite top 3 center, that's for sure. I feel like he's the 7'5" version of Yao Ming. But I feel like Yao Ming's jump shot is slightly better, slightly faster, because I got both of them. And but he's a great backup, like perfect backup for Yao. Like I like him better than Sean Bradley. I like him better than Manute Bol. I like him better than Bobo. I just think that Yao Ming and Taco might have a slight edge over him with the release. But he's just as big as them. He's just like an inch shorter, but his build is wider and stronger. I want to say he's a top 3 center for sure. Top 3: Yao Ming, Taco, and Zach Edey. Oh my God, let me tell you, man, it is crazy now when I'm out there playing Showdown and I realize, like, damn, you know, look how much bigger Thon Maker is than all of the other point guards and shooting guards. Like when Thon Maker gets, you know, switched up and he's got to guard a center, I think he's actually my center. He's that big. Or when you're running a Zach Edey and your opponent is running Akeem Olajuwon, the free Akeem, you'll realize, like, oh my God, this card is way bigger. He's gonna be taller. He's gonna have a bigger build. They just look ginormous compared to the average player, and that's why I don't want to play with the average players anymore. I don't want to play with Akeem. I don't want to play with David Robinson or Shaq or Patrick Ewing. I'm done with those type of cards. I want just the... Even moving forward into 2K27, I just want to play with the big, fun, cheesy players. I don't want to play with these average players no more. I don't want to play with Ja Morant when I should be playing with Ben Simmons or Joker. Oh, Gigi, if you're going to get Bobo, you have to have the animation breaker ready. There have been times where Bobo has cost me a game or made the game too close because his release is very slow. He has got a slow release. And he's almost cost me like a couple of games, but luckily I still won them. But Bobo, his release is not one of the top releases in the game. And if you're going to put an animation breaker on him, I'm highly going to push that anytime you give somebody a diamond animation breaker, make them shoot and play and move and have the same annies and sigs as Thon Maker. You want everyone on your team to feel like Thon Maker. It's the quickest release, but at the same time, it's still real easy and super smooth with the timing. It's not super fast and it's untimable. It's fast and timable. The green window isn't the biggest, but it's more than big enough. And I feel like you want everybody to shoot like Thon Maker on your team. I feel like he's got the best upper and the best lower base. So that's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I get my diamond animation breaker, the first player I'm gonna give it to is Bobo. The second player that's gonna get one is Manute. Those are the two that need it the most. Does Wemby need it? I would say there's a few people in third place that need it. Wemby could use an animation breaker. GOAT LeBron James could use an animation breaker for sure. And then even GOAT KD. GOAT Kevin Durant does not have one of the quickest or best releases. He can also use an animation breaker. And if you give an animation breaker to GOAT KD, it makes him just as good as Thon Maker. It makes him just as good as Tony. And I know some people think that Tony Kukoc also needs it. I think he's perfectly fine. I know some people that think the Joker needs it. I think he's perfectly fine. Now, if you have a bunch of GOATs and you're going to be on this game long enough to eventually give your whole team an animation breaker, that would be awesome. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to be on 2K26 until every player on both of my GOAT teams are going to have animation breakers on every single player. I want an animation breaker on Kevin Durant, on LeBron. I want animation breakers on Bobo, on Manu. You know, I want animation breakers on Wemby. Chet doesn't need it at all, and Yao Ming doesn't need it at all. There are some cards in the game that came already good as is. Yao Ming's one of them. Taco's one of them. Sean Bradley can use it, you know, but his jump shot is pretty good, pretty decent too. I'm even getting used to Bobo's jump shot. But you could make the cards, every card in the game, a lot better if you could pick out the animation, the shot that you're most comfortable with. If you can give everyone the shot and the release that you like the most, because that kind of shit matters. My favorite jump shot of the year was on 100 overall Magic Johnson. That card was so ahead of his time. It was an invincible card, months ahead of the Invincibles. And when you look it up on 2K Auction House, it compares to a lot of Invincible and GOAT cards on the market. And that 100 Magic was so good that his jump shot on the no dip was 2 seconds quicker than the GOAT and the Invincible Magic. And his shot off the no dip was 1 second quicker, and his regular release was 2 seconds quicker on the 100 Magic versus the Invincible and the GOAT one Magic. Those two had jump shots that were slower than the 100 Magic. So if I could pick any release in the game, I would give everybody the Brandon Ingram release, because it's such a good high arcing release. You could shoot over everyone. But I'm not even sure that one's available. Okay, guys, we're in another poorly lit neighborhood. Like, so poorly lit, I can't see the homes. Let's see what the address is. 1347. Okay. Does anyone have door numbers or 1343? That is not it. And it is so dark out here, I can't see anything. So I'm going to get back in my car. Time to get back into the safety of the car. But yeah, it is another poorly lit neighborhood that's super dark. And for some reason, I don't know if like door numbers and having door numbers, house numbers is out of style, but it's like everyone is always lacking house numbers on their front doors, like, or above their garage. Like, what happened to those days? Is it a Mandela effect? Because I don't see anybody with house numbers above their garage anymore. It's like they don't exist. Well, and this guy's, I gotta get this guy's like ID and shit. And okay, let's loop around. Did you see that street light just went off for like no reason? That's scary. Shit like that. I hate when shit like that happens. It's like suddenly, just as you pull into the cul-de-sac, the street lamp turns off. And now my car wants to beep. Yeah, that's really helpful right there. Real helpful. I gotta take off the seatbelt 3 seconds later, but let's beep until I do what you say to do. You could tell this is a car that was made and designed by a female. A car should not fucking beep and bitch and complain until you do what it tells you to do. It's crazy. But pretty dark neighborhood. We're looking for 11347. Okay, is it this one? You would never know because there's no fucking house numbers anywhere. This neighborhood doesn't look too bad. The people in the neighborhood look like they own really nice cars. It's just that it's so damn dark. It's like, where the fuck are the house numbers at? They're not even painted on the sidewalk. Like, what the fuck? Okay. At least I got you guys with me. That's gotta count for something. Okay, let's see if this is 1347. Nope, this is 1339. That's nothing. Sometimes the GPS is just always fucking off. Oh, I see the guy out there. Okay. I just gotta drive to them now. Okay, let's see if this is the right address. I think that's him. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. No, it's just the GPS was off. Okay. No, I saw you at the end. I was like, oh, thank goodness. No, it's all good. It's all good. Let me get the ID so I can snap a picture real quick. But I mean, I appreciate you meeting me out here.
Yeah, no worries.
It was pretty dark.
Yeah, as soon as I realized how dark it was, I turned all the lights on. I was hoping that would help. Should have had them on already, though. That's my bad.
No, it's all good. As long as I found you, that's what counts. Oh, let's scan again. Sometimes I need to be next to the light.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yep, here you go.
All good?
You have a good night, man.
Thank you.
Take care. Appreciate it. If you could leave 5 stars, I'd appreciate it.
For sure, yeah.
Thanks, man. All right, well, that went pretty good. The guy came out here and met me, and I'm going to call that a night. Because now it's getting pretty late. Now it's 1:30 in the morning. So now I'm going to call it a night. And I did hit $80, so I'm going to say that's pretty damn good. And I did 11:30, 12:30. I've only been out here 3, maybe 4 hours, and I did hit 80. So not bad. I did get a couple of nice tips. And it did get me to $76. So pretty much $80. And now I just gotta get home. Alright guys, give me 1 second so I can set back up. Yeah, not too bad. Now I'm just gonna go home, eat dinner, shower up, and I'll be on the game. Yeah, I'm gonna play some My Team tonight for sure. You know, Ronald, I play My Team pretty much ever since I started playing the game. I've been playing My Team pretty much every night. There's maybe a rare occasion where I kind of skip it, or maybe I'm too tired and I just play against the computer for the night. But for the most part, I play Showdown like every single night. Like, it's just become such a habit of mine. And the game is my daily driver. It's the game that I look forward to. It's the only game I'm really into right now since I started playing my team. I do want to find other games to get into. It's just that, like I said, guys, I never thought I was gonna make content on the game. But then so many people were like, hey, Indie, you're having such a good year, you know, ripping packs, and you're ripping so much, and you're pulling so many cards. Why don't you make videos out of your pack openings? And I did that at first, and those went really, really well. And then I realized my pack openings were getting too big to make into videos, and I had to start streaming them. And then that's how I got into streaming. And ever since like 2K24, between playing the game and streaming the game and making content on the game, it feels like the whole year just goes by so quick. It's such a blur. Like when people say, yo, Indy, how have you beaten 2,000 people this year? I'm like, I don't even fucking know, and I can't even tell you how I've beaten so many people. And like, it's almost like I've blacked it out, like, you know, because it's so much damn fucking grinding and competing. Like, you know, it's funny because sometimes I'll run into people and they'll be like, you beat me before. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then they'll be like, do you remember playing me? I'm like, no, I don't remember playing. I can't remember every single person I played this year. Or the other day I got somebody that said, I had beaten them before, and then the third time they played me, they beat me by 1 point. And I said, really? I said, you beat me? He goes, yeah. He goes, and I even took a screenshot of it, and I've got the receipts. And I was like, look at motherfuckers over here taking screenshots of when they beat me and shit. And so, you know, it does happen and shit. But like I said, I've been having a ton of fun on the game, and I'm playing the game, and you know, I play it like every day. You know, it's like I said, it's my daily driver, and I hardly ever miss a day. And I almost recognize a lot of the names on Showdown when I'm playing them, but I don't recognize every single name or every single player. And like I said, at one point you beat so many people. When you look back at it, you're like, how the fuck, you know? If somebody would have told me in the beginning of the year, hey, you're gonna beat 2,000 people in the year, I would have said, get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna beat 2,000, you know, people in a year. I would have said that's impossible. And here I am, 9 seasons later. I've been beating 250 plus people every single season, and you know, I've beaten at least 2,000 plus people now, and it's a huge accomplishment. It's a huge achievement, but it's a lot of time spent on the game. It's a lot of time spent on the mode. And it makes me wonder, like, how the fuck did I spend so much time on this game, on this mode, winning and beating this many people? Like, it doesn't seem like it as you're doing it, but then when you look back on it, it seems like a lot. Like, whoa, that was too much. That was too many games this year. And like I said, while it is a huge accomplishment and it's something to be proud of, you know, I can't recall like not even half of those games. And so I find it very funny when people remember that I've beaten them or that I've ran into them, and they're like, hey, you beaten me before. Or like one time I had this one dude, he goes, hey, you remember me? And I'm like, no, I don't remember you, my dude, because I don't come out here to play park. I'm like, I'm just out here trying to make my MT for the daily grind. And he goes, oh, really? He goes, so you don't remember me? I go, no, am I supposed to know you? And he proceeds to tell me that he played me in Showdown a couple of times and I beat him by 30 points. But now I was over here on his territory and we were playing 3-on-3 triple threat park. And he gave me a good ass whooping. He beat me both games. They were close games. I thought I could beat him, but he ended up beating me. And I get really surprised when people remember, like, you know, or they say, hey, I've seen you on YouTube. And they take it to me really hard in the game. They really take it to me. So I think that's kind of funny when I went into that. But I really get surprised when I'm out there at the park. It happens more at the park where I run into somebody and somebody tells me, hey, Indy, your videos are popping up into my algorithms. Or hey Indy, I caught your live stream. Or hey Indy, I was in there. And they know about like the heat bike drama and the heat bike bullshit. Or they're like, hey Indy, I left them a message. And I'm like, wow, like, you know. So I get really surprised when I get out to the park and people like kind of recognize the name off of YouTube. And I don't even advertise it. I don't, you know, some people will put down like Discentric at YouTube. I don't even advertise, you know, because it's kind of like the last thing I want, because I really don't want people taking it to me every time they see me at Showdown or every time they see me at the park. I just, you know, sometimes I'm also looking for easy games. Let me tell you, Ronald, I went to the park like 2 or 3 days ago, or maybe like at the end of season 8. I couldn't believe how dead it was. Like, there wasn't even enough people out there to like fill out like 2 to 3 courts. I think there was 2 courts filled up. And I was like, wow, the park has gone dead. And I want to say, I think this year what killed the park was team up. It's not that the park wasn't cool anymore or wasn't fun, but team up was cooler. Team up was more fun. And I'd rather play team up. If I'm gonna be at the park, I'd rather play team up with, you know, 4 other people than play park. So I think that was the downfall of the park. What I really hate is when I bump into somebody in King of the Court that recognizes the name, and like I could just tell they're taking it to me and they're kicking my ass. And I mean Showdown. When they recognize my name as Showdown and they're better than me, and they're like, you know, trying to like, you know, really take it to me and like make an example out of me. And I'm just like, man, this, because even in Showdown I've ran into a few people this year that were, you know, that caught me off guard and took it to me and beat me and was like, oh, I know your channel and this, I'm gonna leave you a comment, I'm gonna show up to your chat. And but most of the time I win like 98% of my Showdown games. So 98% of the time it's people coming into my chat and they're upset because I just beat them and they want a rematch. It happened last night twice. I beat 2 different people. One person I beat by 45, the next guy I beat him by 35. And they both came back into the chat arguing with me, demanding a rematch. I'm like, how are you gonna lose by 35 or 45 points and demand a rematch? How are you gonna lose by 35 points and say, let's wager? You know I'm gonna beat you again by 35 points and you ain't ever gonna send me my money. So I really like can't stand it when people do that and shit. But I'll let it slide. If I beat you, I can understand why you're pissed off. I'd be pissed off too if I'm always losing. Alright guys, this is my neighborhood, and I'm about to call it a night pretty soon. But I'm gonna eat dinner, and then I'm probably gonna shower up, and then I'm gonna check on my kid, see how he's doing, because remember he does have COVID, and I gotta make sure he's okay. And from there I'll jump on the sticks later on. Hopefully I'll be on the sticks like within the next hour. But I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've been real consistent. I've been doing like at least double streams now in the day. I'm either streaming at work while I'm talking about my team, and I'll talk about a few other things, or I'm talking about, you know, I'm definitely going home and I'm streaming the game when I'm playing it. So I hope you guys have noticed that I've been trying to be like extra super consistent with these double streams, and while I'm trying to take on Heat Fight and his fucking nonsense. I'm just glad all of that is over with. I haven't seen him or his BF Winter Bear anytime. I haven't seen them around lately, so that's a good thing. I have to admit though, I did feel pretty bad about, you know, beating him so badly and beating him so badly in the game and everything. I've been still checking out some of his videos, and I still been trying to be positive and supportive, but it looks like Heatvike would rather still just continue the arguing instead of saying, you know, hey, thanks for being positive and supportive, and still checking out the channel, giving it a view, giving it a thumbs up, and then giving it a comment to help push it through the algorithms. Thanks, man. I appreciate you. He'd rather still argue, even though I'm still trying to be positive and supportive. I don't know why I'm like that. I just think it's better to be positive and supportive and treat others the way you want to be treated, and turn the other cheek. With all that said, guys, I'm pulling up into my... I'll hit you up, guys. I'll hit you up later on, like within an hour or so. Peace out, fam.